think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them. Get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no.
I got all those shit, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can leave a nigga bleeding. smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Yeah, bow, bow, bow. You know, we up in here. Peace and blessings to everybody. Shout out to my guy, All Things. Peace and blessings, first one in this building. Shout out to the Queen Ariana. Brian King Falcon. Salute King. Cash Crypto. Salute King. Coach Amber. Peace and blessings, Queen. Black all day, even at night. My guy, peace and blessings. That whole boy. Peace and blessings, King. Thomas Hill. 10 on the like button. Number 1 in the heart. Peace and blessings, King. Milan. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Let's see. Ariana, that whole boy. Cal Cooler. Peace and blessings, King. AJ64. Shalom. Peace and blessings, King. Shalom to all y'all. Peace and blessings to all y'all. Emmanuel Carter. Peace and blessings, King. Okay. We had a great week of boxing this week. It went down in a major way. It went down like I said it was going to go down. And shout out to everybody that took that 4-piece, them 4 knockouts that I gave out to you. The El Rayo, the David Morrell. It was the El Rayo, David Morrell, the M. Becken, and it was one more. It was David Morrell, El Rayo. It was the M. Becken knockout, and it was one more knockout. Let me look at my card. Let me look at my my payday. Hold on one second. If anybody got it before I pull it up, who's the other one? Let me pull up Bovada. Salute, Mr. Davis. Peace and blessings. I got to log in my Bovada again. Hold on one second. Peace and blessings, Miss Key Alexander.
Hey, go ahead. I gotta get my sound together on my end. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking up the fight, the other knockout that I predicted. I forgot all of them, so I'm pulling it up on my Bovada. Transaction history. Damn, it's not letting me pull it up. It's not letting me pull it up. Okay, we had El Rayo. He got the knockout. Y'all know I used to smoke a lot, so my mind ain't all the way tough sometimes. It was El Rayo. It was Mbeck. It was David Morrell. And it was one more knockout that came. It was, Bam Rodriguez. I'm tripping. El Rayo, Bam Rodriguez, David Morrell, and Mbeck. That right there, if you took all 4 of them for a knockout on the parlay sheet, it was a plus 1,600. So shout out to everybody that took all 4 of those knockouts on the parlay that I gave out. Shout out to everybody that took the picks that I gave out. If you did, it was a great weekend. And hey, we're gonna set it up again for this week coming up. Great weekend of boxing. Even though Franchon Cruz, she made me upset on one of my tickets, you know. That was a bad loss for me. I mean, I picked it, and it happened. I can't complain against it. It's what happened, and that's what happened. So right now on boxing this year, let me pull up my receipt. Hold on, Cassandra, peace and blessings, Queen. So right now, in boxing for this year, I'm 213 wins with 27 losses. I mean, people might be like 27 losses, that's a lot of losses, but y'all got to realize I pick on every fight. So, I pick on everything. It'd be like 10, 11 fights on a fight card. I pick it all. But I have 213 wins and 27 losses. But I'm going to tell you like this. My parlays go hard. I usually, I don't know what that is in percentages. I probably could figure it out. Shout out to my guy Strap Season with the $20 holler. He say great picks. Let's run it back on the heavyweight showdown this weekend. You already know, Strap Season. You already know. Like, I might get my 28th loss this weekend, but that's going to be on a card that I'm not going to tell nobody to pick. But honestly, I'm going to be going for Otto Wallin for the upset. It's just something that I feel like, because I like, see me a lot of times, and I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Sometimes I go for the upset because I feel it. And I feel like the man has a good chance of beating AJ. He has a great chance of beating AJ. And if the politics to be don't get involved, I don't think AJ can stand up to that man's pressure. And that's just me being honest. I'm just being honest with that. Yes, ma'am, Coach Amber. If you hop up here now, we can get on that first, because that was the first fight of the weekend. So we can talk about. Let's bring up that first off. Let's get started on Freshana Shadeja anyway. That right there was a perfect example of taking away somebody's greatest asset and getting in somebody's head right there. Shadeja Green had been fighting for this equality, fighting for this shot. She's been fighting for a chance to be on the big stage for so long, dominating other females, like really separating herself in the sport of boxing. She gets on the main stage and lays a complete egg. After the third and fourth round, Freshawn Cruz used her veteran tactics to make Shadeja Green keep her hands at home. Shadeja wasn't throwing. She was getting outlanded, outpunched. And it's just like she didn't have no adjustments. Freshawn Cruz's corner gave them a shout out because they adjusted and they kept adjusting. And when Shadeja tried something, they adjusted even more. They adjusted the adjustment that was adjusted that adjusted up before that adjustment. Damn, say that 3 times fast. Yes, sir. But that was masterful coaching and even more listening to your coach. See, a lot of times people don't realize it, but your coach is there to see what you don't see. And 90% of the time fighters lose, it's because they're not listening to their coach. Your coach is who got you here. Your coach is who believes in you. The coach is who gets you ready. And if you go out there and you lose, that is the coach's fault because they didn't have you prepared. But if you win, then it's on you because you went out there and did that. No, that's not how it goes. You give your coach what your coach gives you. If your coach is giving you 110%, you give him 140% or her 140%. And that's the thing. Coaches take the brunt of everything, but they're not there when the accolades come. But 90% of the time, if boxers pay attention and listen to what their coach is saying, a good coach, a lot of the fights wouldn't be lost. It's when a fighter deviates from what their coach is going through, especially when you got a great top-tier coach. When Earl lost to Crawford, Derrick James gave him great adjustments. When Charlo lost to Canelo, Derrick James gave him great adjustments. Sometimes the fighter just can't do it. Sometimes the fighter doesn't have it in him, or the fighter doesn't believe in himself or herself as the coach does. But if you're not ready physically for a fight, the coach failed their job. But you got to give the coach credit, and the coach sees things that fighters can't see, and the coach is there to give you guidance and correct you. And Shadeja Green's coaching staff let her down, while Franchon's crew's coaching staff deserves MVP. Like Shadeja's whole career has just took a fat ass L. And I don't know, and she's so late in her age, it's probably not gonna happen for her to get back. Honestly. I'm just being honest right there. And if she'd got never with Clarissa, she'd look completely outwashed because Franchon Cruz, one of her only 2 losses was against Clarissa, the first fight. Hell, I would like to see her and Clarissa go again now that she's more seasoned. And then we gotta realize Franchon has been through the heat and the fire. Like, if she had more wind, I think she could have beat Savannah Marshall if she had the gas tank. I mean, we sat there and see her take 4 shots from a grown man, Alexis Jimenez. Alex Jimenez fought her. She fought a transformer and arguably won, but they robbed her. So Franchon is tough. And Shadeja, she couldn't match her level. And Shadeja, like I said, folded under pressure. She was like a cleaner world's dry cleaner because she was folded, pressed, and stacked up and set away, basically. But I digress to Coach Amber and Key.
Go ahead, Coach Amber. Hey, Queen. Hope you had a good weekend. Go ahead, Queen.
Key, are you sure? I think you should go first because
No,
it's going to be the
fine.
same.
No. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to give Franchon her full credit. I am. She won it fair, square, no hair, whatever. So I'm not gonna take that away from her. Yeah, hear that in the back. I am not going to take any credit away from her. I gotta
Before you go.
Go ahead.
It sounded like I was taking credit away from. I'm not taking no credit away from Franchon. She deserves all the credit in the world, her and her team. I wasn't trying to take no credit away. I was just saying that they had the better game plan and she was the more prepared fighter and she did what she had to do. I'm not taking nothing away from her. She won a great fight, a legacy fight, basically. I'm not taking nothing away from her. She did everything right. Just in case that's where I came off as. All right.
Come on.
You okay? Coach Amber? Okay, I think Coach is busy at the moment. Something happened. So before she now we're not talking about Cobum right now to you, Orlando.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
All right, go
I
ahead.
started getting worried for you for a second. I was like, what the fuck? It's not like you
No. My mic was tripping, like the touch screen wasn't reacting.
Okay.
All the credit in the world because she was the underdog. I totally get it. What I don't like is the fishbowl. Like, it's so hard being in a male-dominated sport. Like, the last thing we need to do is shit on each other. And honestly, up until this fight, Shadeja didn't say anything back. Like with Clarissa, and I mean, I'm not going to go back into what I said about the mountains and all that other stuff, but they have been hammering her for a long time, for a very, very long time. And she never responded. And, you know, for Franchon to be like, oh, you're just a basketball player that learned how to box. And Clarissa was like, you know, about Christy Martin, like these are soccer moms that are punching each other in the face, about her and Ann Wolf. And then, I mean, I keep the same energy. When Shadeja was like, well, weren't you on American Idol? Wasn't that your real passion? I'm like, stop. stop. Like, we have to stop this tearing down of each other because there's not enough of us. And I mean, hey, I have no problem. Shields won. I'm sorry, Franchon won. Um, I'm gonna give her full credit. I got a call on Sunday about the whole thing and like my thoughts on it, and I'm like, there were some things that I saw, but I don't want to take credit from Franchon because men and women do hold water weight differently. They honestly do. And when Shadeja got in the ring, I was like, I saw something and I was like, I'm gonna leave that be. I'm gonna give her full credit, full credit. Um, I mean, it is what it is. I've always said, birds of a feather flock together. I really don't like the tearing down of other women because okay, this happened. I still want to see Shields in green, and then later on down the line, we could run it back. I have no problem with that. Um, but oh my, I'm not going to tear down another woman. But something happened in the mountains, and it is what it is.
Wait, Amber, it's okay. Say what you got to say. Don't worry about the
no, sir. I am going to let sis enjoy her win because she deserves to.
We give it unabashed over here. Just let them hear what you got to say.
No, sir. As a woman, I am going to let that woman enjoy her win because she deserves to. And I'm glad that she finally chose calisthenics and fundamentals over cosmetics. So I appreciate that. No, sir. I'm gonna let her enjoy her win.
Shout out to Coach Amber. Thank you for your insight. I'm gonna just say, you feel me? Green. Shout out to Green, but so she got your ass whooped. You feel me? She didn't let her hands go after the third
You think
round.
she got her ass whooped?
I think that she could have done better. I think that Green, I was very surprised. That was my only upset of the weekend. Was the Green fight. She should have let her hands go. I feel like, you know what? Franchon made it ugly. She made it rough for Shadeja. She made it to where she couldn't.
Whoa.
Yeah, like it was a brawl. It was like a Katie Taylor. You feel me? Like you gonna be in the pocket with me, you gonna stand there, you gonna just swing. And Shadeja didn't know what to do, and she didn't have any answers for that. And I think it's good that she faced Franchon, a woman of that caliber with a little pop to her, so that moving forward, she knows how to make that adjustment. Because now people know that with her, all you got to do is just stand in there and brawl with her, and she ain't gonna let her hands go. So Shadeja, chin up, queen. Like I told you on Saturday, chin up, come back bigger and stronger than ever. But shit, you got your ass whooped. I mean, I'm not about to slice. I'm not gonna slice it. You know.
mean, I don't think she was battered and bruised. Honestly, like I said, I want to like the sisterhood. I want to let her enjoy her moment.
Okay.
But to me, Shadeja looked lethargic.
Because she made it ugly. She brawled her. She made it a fight. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Franchon, the Rise brought up a really good point yesterday. They said Franchon fought like Regis should have fought Devin last week or 2 weeks ago. Get in there and make it ugly. She stood there with her. She did not. She was gun shy. Did not let her hands go. Don't take me for it. Go back and watch the highlights and listen to what the coaches were telling her. She could have walked away with that. I'm not saying that it was just a complete wash, but come on, I'm gonna give, because at the end of the day, I didn't even give Franchon a chance. I don't even really. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really. I mean, I like Franchon, but she's not somebody that I. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh, okay.
If
I
I
had
may, after the fact,
Shadeja.
if I may, after the fact, but
Go ahead, Coach.
um, we talk about rehydration and all that good stuff. There's a proper way to rehydrate and an improper way. Um, you know, the daddy of one of my fighters called me and he was like, "Yo, I didn't know you were on YouTube like that." He basically told me quit giving away free game. Anyway, um, there was something that I seen when she hopped in the ring, and I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" And she did look lethargic because I'm not gonna sit here. We went over this last week. Men and women are different, and they
Right.
carry water weight differently.
And that's why I said her team let her down. That's her biggest fight. They should have had
Hey,
her.
you know what, Upper? That's fair. That is fair.
Once
That
you sign
is
that
fair. Because
contract,
when I saw what I saw, I was like, oh no.
but once you sign that contract and you get in the ring, then it's all fair. Like even like Earl's my guy, but he got his ass whooped because he went in there. Hold on. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $2 holler. He says salute to the Haney Coat for being loyal to the faults. Peace and blessings, Big Dog, and thanks again. But yeah, I mean, she might have been.
I mean, I don't want to take I don't want to take flowers from French Sean. I really don't. All I know is that right immediately when she was taking off and I saw her body, I was like, oh no. And her timing was off. Everything was off. And I mean, it is what it is. A better woman won. I have no problem with that. Just if she's listening, keep your head up on your way back, and eventually run it back. But I was actually having a conversation on KQ, anyway, on another channel. Like, they don't understand being a woman is hard. You carry water weight differently. Like, you have cycles. Like, you have all this stuff that makes you lethargic. And that was crazy that somebody was asking, like, does that affect your performance? Well, hell yeah, it does.
Water does affect the performance, but
yes, we're women. We're built to bounce back. Like, men were built strength, and women were built to bounce back. That's why we're built from whatever. But and I saw that, and I was like, yo. And sure enough, like, her timing was off. Shadeja has a really good jab, and it was non-existent that night. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Shout out to Franchon Cruz and congratulations to hers. Like, for real. I just don't want these women shitting on each other because we've come too far and we're far from in between. Like, that's not how.
Wait. No, go ahead. Start talking big stuff so that everything can get out there, because I love what AB and Clarissa feel.
You keep saying, Coach Amber, I rock with you. You keep saying you don't want to take flowers and stuff, but you steady taking little jabs at it. Now, either you're going to come out with it or we're not. Because you keep saying you don't want to take it. You know, but you
no, Franchon was a better fighter that night.
I keep it 100.
Franchon was a better fighter that night.
I know, but you keep taking little jabs. Either go come out with it or let it be. Let's keep it 100, baby. I rock with you, but let's keep it 100. You keep saying you don't want to do this, but you keep taking little shots, baby.
No problem.
Cash Crypto says stop half-assing, Coach Amber. Everybody see what you're doing, Coach Amber.
Ain't no half-assing jackassing around here. First of all, it is what it is. She was a better fighter, and I mean, you know what? But I mean, fine. So is this what we're gonna do? Is this what we're gonna do? We're gonna sit here and call Shadeja a basketball player to learn how to box? Is that what we're gonna do?
Nah, that's
let me know.
What we're gonna do, Coach Amber. But like I said, I said that I felt like her team did her dirty, and I left it at that. But you want to say you kept seeing stuff, all this right here, Coach Amber. And like you said, you don't want to take nothing away from Rashawn Cruz. But when you say stuff like that, it really is. I'm just being honest. It really is. We could just say that her team failed her, and we can leave it at that. But when you see them saying, well, I'm just being honest, Coach Jammer. You know, that's all I do is keep it 100. That's all I know.
Well,
She was a better fighter.
yeah, go ahead.
She got her pound of flesh and kept it.
I feel like Shadays was the better fighter, but was the better boxer. But Franchon was the better fighter. And see, she fatigued that girl early, kept putting her weight on her, and kept brawling and making it ugly. Shadays ain't used to nobody making it ugly like that. And that's how you a superior boxer. That's how you frustrate them, by making it dirty and ugly. Make it where they just like, what the hell's going on? That's how you get them.
Yep, that's what I said. I said she made it ugly. She made it a fight. She made it a brawl. And Shadeja had no answers for her. She never fought that way. But I think that she ain't got no choice, but I know she'll bounce back and get it back. You know what I'm saying? Get it back in blood. Hopefully they could rematch it. You know, I think they should run it back. I honestly do. I feel like they should run it back. But let me get my intro out the way. Shout out to everybody that's here. Today, my thumbnail is Manny Pacquiao is dedicated to Pacquiao. Yesterday was the King's birthday. He is a young 45 years old. So shout out to the Hall of Famer, eight division champ, Manny Pacquiao. So happy birthday, champ. Shout out to Coach Amber, 2 cents upper. Thank you guys. AJ64, how you doing, King? Zenith, how you doing, Mr. Davis? Marquis, Queen Ariana, 2 cents. T. Orlando Pearson. He said, when I saw her body, I was like, oh no, too. T. Orlando is hilarious. Big Dog Willie Strap Season, how you doing, King? That whole boy. Ronnie Bravo, hey, King, I hope school's going good for you, man. Flawless Mentality, all things is always cash crypto. I want to make sure that I got everybody is Ray Dale. Okay, I see Ray. I'm hoping Frequent and Bullet, everybody here today. I hope y'all good. My 10 toes, you feel me? I think that's everybody. If I did not say anything to you, my apologies. I'll make sure that when you come in or when you say something, I got you. Black all day and twice on Sundays. How you doing? But anyways, yes, I get what you're saying, Coach Amber. But like I said, it was hard for her to let it go. She was smothering her punches. I'm not gonna lie about that. But at the same time, she made it an ugly fight. Like I said, she was brawling, and I just think Green just didn't have any answers at that moment. I never saw Green fight that type of style, and you know what I'm saying, create that separation. She didn't create it at all. And it was a bad move. You feel me? I'll wait for Upper to mute. Okay. Shout out to 2 Cents Boxing for coming up here. So, yes, Shadeja's out the way. We got that one out the way. Shout out to those two queens. Thank you for putting boxing on. And Shadeja, come back bigger and stronger than ever. Who else did you guys want to talk about? Are we going to talk about
We're gonna
Colbert
go
and
into
Ryo?
let's go to the I'll let you pick between Colbert and Ryu or Bam and Sonny. We're gonna close it with Morrell Morrell gonna be after those two. Then we're gonna touch base
I
on
mean,
the hand.
you could really no, you go ahead because I've already said what I had to say on Saturday at the post conference
Well, you know everybody
at the
wasn't there
post
for that.
show.
Everybody wasn't there, but we're gonna start by I told everybody that Chris Colbert didn't really beat El Ryu. I feel like El Ryu beat that man last fight. He just didn't let his hands go. He took a few rounds off, and I feel like Chris Colbert got the Katie Taylor treatment. Like he got credit for a lot of the shoe shining that wasn't really doing nothing. That ineffective aggression. Like he was throwing punches, but them punches it wouldn't have broke wind basically. So I yeah, that's right, Zena. Ain't nobody ever try to smother Franchon Green punches. They done gave her the green. They done gave them the blueprint. But yeah, I think Colbert he needs to go back down to 130. Even at the weigh-in, I said he looked like he has a grown man. I mean, an old man, a drinking old man's body. Like he had the weight, but he ain't had not one ab, not one muscle. He just looked. He looked terrible. He looked terrible. Andre Roberto and Guerrero looked better than him. And these was 50-year-old men out there. But he went out there. He does more time on social media and talking than he does in the gym, apparently. And his mouth wrote a check that his ass had to cash. And I think it got cashed expressed. You know, it wasn't. It was direct deposit because he got deposited. He was sitting there like the women on the song, face down, ass up. I mean, they do call him. They do call him. They do call him Little B Hop. And the same way B Hop went out, his little ass went out the same way. So I think he need to go on back down to 130. I found out that was a title eliminator for a Tank fight. I'm gonna tell you like this now. Tank, fuck that El Rayo fight. Don't go there. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit. If El Rayo wants to fight you, he needs to go back and run it back with Del Santos first. I don't feel like nobody gets a shot against Tank unless they prove it. And I'm just being 100 about it. But yeah, it was a clear show. Maybe Cobra was the better boxer, but we see him versus Hector Luis Garcia, and he was outclassed then. El Rayo was just a younger fighter who ain't really got the boxing ability of a Luis Garcia, but he has power and he's a brawler. And training camp, they taught him how to cut the ring off, to close the distance, and how to finish. And he finished that man like he was on Mortal Kombat with a fatality. Go ahead.
Two cents. Did you have anything to cook on about that? Did you see the fight, Queen?
Yeah, I was wondering like how Upper alluded to how his body looked. I'm just wondering if he's just too small for that division because it looks like those punches he was taking is too much for him, and it looked like his punches ain't have a lot of pop on them. And I'm just wondering is it the fact that he doesn't want to be disciplined to lose the weight to be able to fight at a smaller division? Or like what is it? Because it looked like he had to put on the weight just to make the weight, which is why I believe his body looked like that. What y'all think?
Were you talking about Colbert? Because I think if you're saying Colbert needs to go back down to 130.
Yeah, I think Cobra needs. It looks like he's just too small for 135 to me.
I definitely agree. I think that it's time for him to go back down. To be honest with you, I wonder if Colbert. I don't want to say if Colbert is damaged goods. I wonder if
He might want to
hey
try
Aaron,
126, to be honest,
I don't
because
know if
he
he
got
could
no
bang
muscle.
with
He has no
126.
muscle definition at all. So he probably do better at 126. Shout out to my guy Matty Yoel with the $10 holler. Peace and blessings, Matty Yoel. Peace and blessings, King. Go ahead, Key.
Um, oh God, Orlando was hilarious. um, I just think that I don't know, man. Like I think I wonder if that's it for Colbert. Because them young bulls that's coming into 130, man, they gonna beat the brakes off that boy, man. And he's gonna be demoted back into a gatekeeper type of role. Um,
See what Zena just said, Key, on the screen.
he said he did not want to cut. He lazy and was arguing with his trainers in the corner. I mean, that's why that clip is going around circulating right now of his trainer when Colbert went down, he got knocked out. His trainer put his hands in the air while he was sitting down. There was no sense of urgency. There was nothing. It's like, well, we told you. Um,
Did you see the one with Gilly the Kid when he said, "Get the fuck off"?
no, I didn't see that one. I know somebody talked about it on Saturday,
It was a
but I
clip of
just,
Gilly the Kid. Gilly was telling him to wake the fuck up.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't know, man. But you know what though? I'm gonna be honest. I was never one of the ones that was on that covert train. Him and Tevin Farmer, I wasn't
I
sold
never.
on them.
I was never a fan of Cobra either. I just didn't like the way his arrogancy and the fact that he wasn't knocking people out, but he was talking cash shit to people, and and especially that day when him and Shakur got into it, and he was telling Shakur what he would do to him. Then he was talking about what he used to do to Shakur. I was like, well, man, put it up. Let's see it. Like, you talking crazy. I want to see it. but he just was so arrogant and unproven. And then as soon as he gets the chance to prove it against Garcia, he faced a little bit of adversity, and then he started to run. Like he never tried to get his lick back that whole fight, and that's when I lost respect for him. Like it's okay to get knocked down. It's even okay to lose, but the amount of shit that boy talked, and you get knocked down and you run the rest of that fight without trying to get your lick back, that's coward shit. And I don't care what nobody says, it's coward shit.
Well,
Right,
he
and that's
almost
what I
got
Brian
stopped
mean.
in
King.
the first round of that Rayo fight.
Oh, and hold on one second. Brian King. Rayo called out Tank because he's the mandatory now. That was a title eliminator fight.
Tank ain't fighting that boy. He needs to be run. To be honest with you, I feel as though he needs to run it back with De Los Santos.
I
But
just said that. That's what I said.
yeah, I had I think he needs to run it back with De Los Santos. I don't think that to be honest with y'all, Rayo, he's a good fighter, but he's come on, man. Tank, that's levels. Hell, don't do that to yourself, King. That's why it's falling on deaf ears right now. It's not even being taken seriously like that. Now, would it be interesting if they were to do something like a Frank Martin versus Pitbull Cruz, and then the winner gets Rayo? You know what I'm saying? Like a build up. He run it back with De Los Santos, Frank Martin, and Pitbull, and then the two winners fight and then get tanked, you know what I'm saying? Something like the end of the year or something like that. That or at the beginning of 2025, that'd be
So
decent.
who the hell Tank gonna be fighting in the meantime when they doing this? I say
They said that they got
why they do
something.
that.
They said they have. I'm just saying, like, if like those are all the contenders because Pitbull is actually ranked higher than. Well, no, now Rayo is, but it was Pitbull. Frank Martin is at like number 3. All of the guys that I named are like in the ranking to fight Tank. So I'm just saying if they was do something like that. But Coach Calvin said that they finna start. There'll be some announcements soon. That's all I can say. There's gonna be some announcements soon. But yeah, that's gonna be cool. Question: who is the bigger disappointment, Chris Colbert or Montana Love? That's a good question. Ever since Chris Colbert wore that mask
Cobra,
outfit, y'all
Cobra.
remember that mask? Y'all remember that mask outfit, that yellow mask outfit
I
that
was
he
never
came
sold.
in?
I was never sold on Montana Love. I've been told people that Montana Love was a fraud, and he showed me in his last fight, not the one he got knocked out in, but the fight before that when he fought a little bit of adversity, and the man sat there and got disqualified. And that's when I said, "Yeah, this boy ain't got it. He ain't got."
It seemed like Montana Love just got worse and worse each fight.
No, it wasn't. He got worse and worse. Just the competition stepped up. That's the difference. You're not fighting. You're not fighting in the basement right now. They start. You want money, and they start to put him out there to the masses, and the masses is hop on his asses. You feel me?
Right. I think that it's I would have to say because ever since both of them did some messed up stuff because Cobra had that yellow mask suit on, and then Montana had the puppy. So it's like okay, both of y'all did some effed up stuff, some F boy stuff. Then both of y'all just getting knocked around, and well, at least Cobra can take a punch more than what Montana can do. Montana just gets in adversity, gets on the ropes, and it's all bad. So I'm gonna go with the biggest disappointment is Montana Love. But again, I've never been sold on those boys, including Tevin Farmer. All 3 of those guys. I've not like I always thought that they were good, but they were a good basic. They're good basic fighters, in my opinion. No disrespect. They
I
got
feel like
good
Tevin Love is
fundamentals,
better than them.
but
So
what?
I feel like Tevin Love better than them two. Tevin
Who?
Farmer better. Tevin Farmer better than them two in my eyes. Tevin Farmer is actually a good fighter.
I've never been sold on Tevin Farmer. I,
I
I
said
mean, I think
over
he's a
Chris
good
Colbert.
fighter.
I said over Chris Colbert and Montana Love. I feel like he's a better fighter than them two. I didn't say he was a great fighter. I just said he's a better fighter than them two right there. And I really wanted to see that Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay fight. That was going to be a great fight.
Mickey May is doing commentary.
Mickey Bay.
Yeah, Yeah, Mickey Vegas doing commentary. Cobra was put into a sleep study session in that ring. Man, got the brakes beat off of him. Got the brakes beat. Rayo came in, and that's another thing. Rayo with his hooks, he swings so wild. You can time his shots. I mean, he pretty much walking into Tank. Frequent, I was looking for you. I was like, I hope Frequent is coming through. Like Rayo, that'll be a bad matchup with him and Tank. And you're right, Zenith. Pitbull versus Ryan Garcia 2.0 was an eliminator. So I don't know. That's a good point. Like we already have one, so this is a second eliminator match.
Yeah, you know
So
why?
I don't know what's gonna happen. Them two
You
probably
know,
gonna have to fight again.
they tried what they did. They tried to make Pitbull versus Giovanni Cabrera a eliminator match, right? And Pitbull Cruz won it, and Tank vetoed that shit. Just like I said, hell yeah. The same way Canelo be vetoing shit. Tank vetoed that shit because in actuality, Pitbull didn't earn them rankings. They moved him accordingly. That nigga Shine, whatever his name is, the same person that was reportedly the one that poisoned Gamboa. Like Rachel Daenerys already told us how that dude is. Pitbull's promoter is, and you know, Tank said, "I'm not making that fight." And the WBA, you can say what y'all want to say. The WBA is not about to do shit to piss Tank Davis off. Tank Davis just brought them a whole heap of money.
Hey, Gennard Hill, welcome. Yes, that is true. So I doubt it. I thought that him and Tank is already saying that he's not fighting Pitbull, but it's interesting. It's gonna be an interesting 2024. But now I think who else? Oh, okay, Sonny Edwards and Bam Rodriguez. So Sonny Edwards put up the picture, you guys. I'm very happy to say he has not said that his orbital bone was broke. Remember Saturday night, I was very concerned about Edwards' orbital bone because of the way his eye puffed up. I was like, yo, I remember I kept telling the people that were here Saturday night, I was like, yo, I think his eye is broke, man. Like, I was so afraid. But he took a picture like a champ, showed his face, and he's fine. He's doing fine, thank God. So, shout out to Sonny Edwards. He is definitely a banger. We all knew that. I knew that was a hell of a match. We said stoppage with Bam Rodriguez, and you can just see the like the way that Bam collapsed once he won. Like you could just see like the pressure just being lifted off his shoulder. He's now unified the division. He's doing excellent, very, very good. I think Bam is well, he's been up, but I think Bam is next up. I want to see I definitely want to see more from Bam Rodriguez. I really do. So shout out to Bam Rodriguez. And shout out to Sonny Edwards. I'm just happy, y'all, that his eye isn't broke. Y'all, I thought his orbital bone was gone. 2 cents. Or Coach Amber, y'all got anything to cook on with that?
I think Coach Amber left, but that was a really good fight. We haven't seen a fight like that in a while. It was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of skill displayed in that fight. Um, it was a really tough fight. I felt like maybe they should have ended it a little earlier, but he toughed it out like a warrior. That was a really good fight. That's my 2 cents about that. And I do like Bam. I've been watching Bam for a while. I hope he's able to clean out the division, but he's a really good fighter. And Robert Garcia, that's his trainer, right? Mikey Garcia's
Yes.
brother. Yeah,
Yes.
and I
If I'm
really,
not
I really like
mistaken.
Robert Garcia. I feel like he's a really good trainer, also.
Okay, I got you, Coach Amber. Have a good day, Queen. Yes, he did. They did wonders with Bam Rodriguez, and they should have. We Upper and I cooked on this Saturday night that they should have stopped that 2 rounds earlier, just because of the way that it was going. I felt as though once he got that first cut on the top, because if y'all notice, he had a cut at the top and the bottom. And I think that second one, I was like, yo, okay, this is about to get ugly. I'm surprised that there wasn't blood like that. And that's what made me think that he broke a orbital bone, that it was pressurized. That's what made me think that because the way he cut, the way Bam cut that dude at the top and the bottom, he should have been leaking. Like, so I'm like, yo, rush him to the hospital, make sure, but he's fine. But that was a really good match. I'm trying to figure out where will we rank that as far as top performances. The shoe was such a brawl. This fight and the Navarrete and the Valdez fight this year did it for like those two are like my top fights that I remember where it was just nonstop banging back and forth. Except for Bam got the stoppage and Navarrete couldn't put Valdez down, couldn't get the stoppage, but that was a banger. So yeah, Sonny is tough, Thomas. You're absolutely right. How many weight classes apart are Bam Bam and anyway? I think one. Because anyway just moved up to what, 126? I think one. I was thinking the same thing, Tim. If you thinking what I'm thinking, if you thinking what I'm thinking, Tim, I think we're on the same wavelength with that one. I think we're on the same wavelength. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez, Bam Bam from the Flintstones. Shout out to him, man. He surely did put hands and feet on that man, and it took hands, feet, a kitchen stove, a microwave, and utensils to get Sonny Edwards up out of there. Okay, it took him all up out of there. He had to do everything. And I'm just happy that it got stopped when it did because I think if it went 12, y'all, I think we'll be having a whole different discussion about Edwards right now. Like he'll be seriously injured. That was a lot of heat that he was getting hit up with. Like did y'all see them hooks and everything that he was getting caught with? Oh my
Look,
gosh.
I'm mad as hell at his trainers. He should have never got that knockdown in that round right there. Like I seen Sonny starting to fade around the 6th round, and then the 7th round, you seen it wasn't no way that he was gonna come back. It was
My
no
fault,
way.
you guys. Hold on, Upper. 1 second. My fault, y'all. Anyway is at 126, and Bam Rodriguez is like 111,
Anyways, at 122.
112, 120. No, he's at
No,
122.
he's at 122 and Bam at 115 or 112.
I
Either
thought
112.
anyway. I thought anyway was at 126. No.
No, that's next. Robisi's 126. Stephen
Shit, they
Fulton
be
is
getting
one.
me confused.
Anyway, made undisputed at 118. Now he fights the day after Christmas to be undisputed at 122. He just beat Stephen Fulton at 122. After that, he's
Okay.
going to
I don't know.
126.
Okay, that's where he's going afterwards. Yeah, so he's a couple weight classes apart. My fault. Whoever I answered that question to. I don't know why I thought Bam, but you know what it was? Because Bam came in weighing a lot.
Bam
He
was
cut
weighing at
weight.
130, dog. Like Bam,
Yeah, he cut.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's that snack, dog. I don't care what nobody say. Snack had that man man. Snack. I don't know what the hell they giving their people for rehydration, but them guys are rehydrating like a motherfucker, dog. Like Devin Haney rehydrated 30 pounds in 24 hours. Bam Rodriguez, he dehydrated 18 pounds. And honestly, that 18 pounds at 112, that's 10, 20 is 20%. I think that might be over the 15%, to be honest, because he was big as hell against that guy, and that power showed up. He looking real healthy. Snack out here winning. I don't care what nobody say. Snack is winning.
Let me ask you a question. What type? Because I'm hearing people say, "Oh, if you, long as you make the weight, it shouldn't matter what you rehydrate to." What advantages are you getting being able to rehydrate 25 and 30 pounds?
First off, it makes your punch resistance go up. Also, your power's going up. Also, your muscles are more fluid. Your muscles have a lot more energy, more oxygen. Your react time is coming up, especially if you was rehydrating and you was weight drained. Your reaction time goes up. Your power goes up. Like when you go in like that, you're increasing your chances by 400% basically. And
Wow.
you're a much bigger person, so it's hard. it's hard to fight somebody that's a lot bigger than you. That's why they say a skilled big guy will always be the skilled smaller guy. You gotta realize these are professional fighters. So the bigger you are, the harder you hit. And the harder they have to hit you to get you down as well. And don't, Zenith says tons of advantage. And don't mention if you're a big guy with skills. The possibilities is limitless. See,
I'm hearing a lot of cap about this weight stuff.
Floyd, he used to come in under his opponents. Like Floyd used to have to gain weight to make weight. That's why I say Floyd is a great fighter. Because Floyd used to eat a cheeseburger the day before the fight. Because Floyd would walk around 143, 144. But Sonny, I'm gonna tell you like this, Sonny, you right, Timothy. Sonny, I became a fan of Sonny. Sonny was a fucking warrior. He went out there and he died on his shield. Like a champion supposed to. But like I said, his team could have stopped that before it got that bad. And like I said, I blame his team because you shouldn't let your man take that type of punishment right there. It was uncalled for. It really was.
Yes, it was. And that's why, because I was like, wait a minute, no. Bam. He came in weighing, goddamn it, 130. So my fault, my apologies. Because I forgot that he cut a lot. He came in weighing on weight day, the day before the fight, 111, and then the next day he was about 130, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, yo.
1.8. And then that motherfucker blew up to 130.
I was like, yo, how did he even get that? And then still went out there and performed. So that's crazy. That is insane. But to get into that, what I found interesting was that before the fight, Sonny Edwards and Victor Conti went back and forth about Snack. And they were going at it. Like he was talking about, Sonny Edwards was putting him on blast about the hydration, how, what it's pretty much doing to fighters. I'm not sure if it's still up, if those posts are still up, what Sonny Edwards was saying to Conte. A lot of people were thinking like, oh, this is just an excuse because Sonny knows that he's going to win. No, Sonny saw them weigh-in numbers. Sonny saw the drastic change in them weights and was like, wait a minute, hold on, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So, it's heating up. It's a lot of stuff going on. And to piggyback off that as well, I don't know if you guys seen the comment from Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia is another one, excuse me, that is discussing IVs and hydration. This time he had it pointed. So Sonny Edwards went at Victor Conti about it. And then less than 24 hours later, or probably within that same night, Ryan Garcia went at Devin Haney about it through Shade and then deleted it, which I found very interesting since Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia have been going back and forth regarding the fight. So Ryan Garcia said, if it's true that Devin is using diuretics and needles for IV to rehydrate, then it will be found out. I got no smoke with Snack if they are following the rules despite the rumors. The way he cuts that, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, let me finish this last sentence. The way he cuts that much weight so quick is alarming, though, I'll tell you that. And then he goes, and then that was a tweet and delete. So, but the thing is, I've never heard of anyone saying that Dev is using diuretics and IV. So I feel like Ryan kind of is trying to tell.
No, what it is though, a lot of fighters do that to rehydrate. Is they'll run a couple saline bags in their body. A bag of saline, that's the quickest way to rehydrate because it's putting it right in your bloodstream instead of you drinking it and it's going through your body. You mainlining it. And I was gonna say something, but I didn't have proof. But that is the only way that you would be able to rehydrate 30 pounds in one fucking day, is if they're putting the damn fluids directly into your bloodstream. Anything else, that man would catch a cramp. He'd be sick and everything trying to drink that much fluid.
So is that illegal or frowned upon?
Yeah, remember they tried to get Floyd for that. Remember Floyd? But see, Floyd did it after the fight.
Oh,
Remember when after he fought Pacquiao, he got IVs to put the fluid back in his body. Because, like I said, when you fighting, a fight is a grueling thing. Like you might come to the fight at 160 pounds. By the time the fight over, you might be about 155, 152. You lose weight in a match. That's why people's power don't carry. Because a sparring match, people lose 5 to 10 pounds in sparring for sparring all them rounds. So yeah, you don't realize when you do stuff like that, that shit is grueling. That's the best exercise your body can do if you want to lose weight. But you lose all your
Yep.
nutrients, you lose vitamins, minerals, all that. So all that comes with
But what
it
I
seems
found
like it's going to
interesting,
be
oh,
a
go
lot
ahead.
more rehydration clauses coming up because, like all those advantages you just mentioned, that's kind of borderline kind of cheating, I would say. Um,
that.
and I heard that. Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, and I heard that you're not even supposed to rehydrate more than 13% over the weight anyway. So I'm not sure if that's a WBA rule, WBC rule, or if it's like a sanctioning
Well,
body rule, or if it's
yeah,
just an
it's a
overall rule.
well, in certain states it's different. So California is pretty much strict, but California is the hub for, UFC and combat sports. That's where a lot of the training centers and all that is
More than
at.
17%.
So, okay, yeah. So, California is like that. Now, with the other states, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to act like I'm a Bible on this. But what I will say is, I think that the way that boxing is moving now, going forward, and since this Victor Conti thing is on blast, and Conti knew that they were doing a Netflix documentary on him 2 years ago, so he know that it was going to be released in the summertime, right around the Bud and Spence fight. And like I told you guys, I felt like Bud should have came out and cleaned it up some more, so that they won't try to take away from his win. And now where it's at, now we have more fighters speaking out about it. Sonny Edwards mentioned IV drip bags as well with Conti about the snack program. And now you have Ryan Garcia with this tweet and delete about Devin Haney with diuretics and IV drip bags. So I think that something is going on, something is brewing, and I can't put my finger on it yet, of what is going on. My boo boo, y'all know my boo boo was on snack. I don't approve, but I have to call a spade a spade. Andrade came in weighing almost 200 pounds against Benavidez. And I was like, why would he come in weighing that much weight? But he cut down and then blew up an additional 20, 30 pounds. So it's something going on. Not to mention also, speaking of this type of talk, David Morrell, and I know we wanted to cook on that too, but to tie
Okay,
him
real
into
quick, not to
this,
cut you off. Do you know
okay.
what Victor Conti said about that documentary? He said that he thought that the documentary wouldn't be so dark and they would focus more on the changes that he was making in boxing.
Oh, stop it. Anyways, stop it. But you don't even talk about it, Victor. So go sit down somewhere. It's a secret. And they don't want to talk about it because they know what they're doing is wrong. They know it's some stuff in there. It just depends on which program you're on. That's how I feel. But to tie David Morrell into this, which I think David Morrell is a phenomenal fighter, but I find it mighty odd because we had all this snack talk. So we had Tank going at him, Sonny Edwards going at Victor Conti directly, Ryan Garcia taking shots, subliminal shots at Devin Haney with snack and IV bags. And then after the fight with David Morrell, Cena comes at the post conference and accuses David Morrell of using PED or some type of usage because they did not test for performance enhancing drugs for this fight. Now, some are calling him a sore loser, but y'all know me. I'm going to report it straight through. I love David Morrell. I think nobody's beating him. He's a very great competitor. But Cena did let the cat out of the bag that they were not tested for this fight. And he feel as though that he is using some type of performance enhancement or something there. That was swept underneath the rug, but I caught it. So I think it's really interesting. I think boxing is heating up with this talking. You know what I'm saying? With this type of talk that's going on. And then if you guys recall with the David Benavidez and my Boo Boo fight, um, Andrade's team is on record saying that Benavidez was declining performance enhancement testing for like 4 weeks or so, like that. They were not adequately testing. Well, David Benavidez was turning down getting tested, and that went underneath the rug. So I'm just like, this whole weekend with all this talk about IVs and snack and PEDs, I'm just, putting it going back into my memory. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the hindsight of it all and saying, yo, there's been a lot of fighters that's been complaining about certain things this year, but now it's starting to blow up. It's really heating up. Morrell's not on snack. No, he didn't say that Morrell was on snack. He's saying that they weren't tested for PED usage or any type of use. He accused Morrell of being on gear. A lot of weightlifting cats use gear. I don't know. I'm just saying after the fight, you guys, that's what he said. That they were not tested, and he felt as though Morrell was on something. Now you can call him a sore loser. You can say that
Who said?
whatever.
Who
But
said?
huh?
Who said Morrell was on something?
The Cena guy. He said because they weren't tested.
You talking about the dude that got knocked the fuck out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have said that.
Yeah,
He
he was
probably didn't.
tested.
He's being a sore.
It was called test and knock your damn chin out the damn way. And like, see, that's why I hate when people try to put that bad thing on a boxer. No, dude, you sat there and you pissed that man off. You did it at the weigh-in. And I sat there and told everybody, I said he should have stayed humble. David Morrell is part of VADA testing and he gets routine testing. He's Olympic style tested. David Morrell gets tested 6 times before a fight. So they make sure he's not cycling. Dude, you got in there with a more superior boxer that's younger, who hasn't even got his full man strength for about another year. He's still got a little bit more power that he's going to gain, which makes it that much scarier. The man is a pure boxer with power, and he has great footwork. He's a boxer that can pop. He's like Sugar Ray Leonard mixed with Tommy Hearns with a Gervonta Tank Davis. Matter of fact, with a Wilder. He got the footwork, he got the boxing ability, he got the skills, he got the reach, he got the jab, and he got the shit that puts you on your back. And I told you, you might have fought lions, tigers, bears, buffalo, hippos, alligators in the Serengeti, but you was in there with a motherfucking goblin. And that goblin ate your ass up, spit you out, and sent you back home to your little tutu. Now go back to your hut, and you talk about the great beast that you stepped in there with and you was able to walk away from. Shit. You could have been in a coma, nigga. So thank your blessings.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm not saying that it's true or anything.
I'm just saying
I'm just saying like
it wouldn't have been that bad if he wasn't disrespectful. He was disrespectful the night before the fight. Remember that, Key?
I don't think he was that disrespectful, to be honest. I think he talked a little stuff, but it wasn't like Sonny Edwards disrespectful. Like Sonny Edwards was coming at Bam.
Oh no! At first, David was like, "We're gonna have a good fight." Remember, David was trying to be all nice and everything, and then that's when he flexed up on him. That's when he popped up on him. He told me he's gonna knock him out. This is his champion belt. You just holding it. He started talking cash shit at the end. You better go back and look at that.
Yeah, Kello, that's what. If you're talking about the Cena guy, yes, he said that he was signed up, but they didn't get tested.
He said,
"Go ahead, Upper, you're going in and out."
Okay, you don't remember he was getting pushed back, and David kept coming forward, and he kept acting like he wanted to rush him, and David was like, "Okay, motherfucker, we'll see." Yeah, he got real testy at the end, tried to shine on my man, and he got a shine.
I don't think it was that bad though. Like actually, that press conference was really calm.
No,
you feel
David Morrell showed him respect, and he spit on David Morrell's respect. Go look at it.
I looked at. We saw it. I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe because it was so in comparison to what we just experienced the past few weeks, previous weeks. Like that one was calm to me. That one was it was mild. But no, I get what you're saying. He tried He pulled what that one dude pulled with Matias. Trying to how he tried to touch Matias' belt, and Matias looked at him and was like, "You're done." And I was like, "Dang, he finna kill that guy. That guy's gonna need to get up out of there."
That was
And
the
that's what
same
happened.
respect. That was the same level of disrespect right there.
Yeah, it was just the same. That's why I said it. That's like what I took it from. But I just think it's interesting. It's a lot of talk going around about the stuff. I'm curious
Actually,
to see. Hmm.
actually, Brock Howard, he's ambidextrous. That's what they said. They said he uses both his hands. They say he got the same power in both hands, Brock Howard. So either hand he hit him with, it's powerful.
Yeah, so it's just been interesting. Like y'all
But I
think
think
a Shakur
because,
versus Anyway matchup play out? No, Shakur ain't
but I
gonna
do
risk
think,
that with Anyway.
but I do think he's a natural right-handed in the southpaw spans like Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. Though he is a natural right-hander in the southpaw stance, but he has power in his left too. So I don't know.
So basically, they're not fighting at the right weight class. Exactly, AJ 64. Yo, them boys is blowing up, man. I mean, even my boo boo, I'm gonna have to talk to him. I have to see
Hell,
what the hell going on.
Devin Haney blew up to Canelo size, bro. He was the size of a super middleweight, 5 divisions higher than Javante when he fought Regis Prograis.
Yeah, like man, I don't know what's going on. On that stuff, I don't man, yo, it's something in that. You know what? They took a picture. Speaking,
They mainline in fluids and vitamins. That's what they're doing. They're mainlining it because you can't drink that many fluids. They have to get it in your system, and they're putting it through IV.
But how
you
they getting
Zena,
away with it if it's illegal though?
I mean, do you know how many spots in your body that has a vein that they can put an IV in? And the people are not right there when you rehydrating. After you weigh in, you got 24 hours to get ready for a fight. They can put a damn IV in your calf, your foot, your hand, your toe, anywhere, your elbow. It's plenty of
upper.
places. Yeah,
I'll be right back. Okay, go ahead.
no problem, no problem. They can put an IV in any place. You have over 238 spots where they can inject you at. You can put it in your thigh. Motherfuckers ain't pulling your pants down looking at your shit. You can inject it in your Johnson. Honestly, we got veins there. Like wherever you have a vein at, that's where they can run a little IV in and put the damn fluids in. And it's fluid, so it's not gonna hurt your body. All it's gonna do is vitamins, minerals, and cellulite. I mean, well, shit for your cells. Because honestly, can't no man, Zenith. I understand what you're saying. I'm talking about mainlining fluids and vitamins. Like I'm talking about if a person mainline about 4 or 5 packs of fluid, that's about 13 pounds, Zenith. Each one of them little bags is about 3, 4 pounds of fluid. And it's not going to hurt you because it's going straight to your bloodstream. It's rehydrating your body, it's rehydrating your muscles and everything. So it's not going to hurt you. It electrolytes, that's what it is, Rick. Appreciate it. Like it only takes 30 minutes for the bag. It only takes 30 minutes for the bag to empty. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but I've seen it done. Hell, I had to get fluids put in me. It does, Brock Howard, but if you put lidocaine or novocaine right there, you won't feel a motherfucking thing. And it's not
And you
going, it's just barely going under the skin to the vein. Boom.
and you instantly feel it.
Not if you got the novocaine and shit, you don't. But hell, I had to get a
No, no,
catheter
I'm
put.
talking about the fluid. Like you instantly
Oh yeah, that shit
you
instantly
feel
builds you up.
hydrated. Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all seen the movie Baki? I mean, y'all seen Baki Hammer? Y'all remember when Baki had that poison and his body was all fucked up, and that dude made him drink like 5 pounds of motherfucking fructose. They made him
Yeah.
drink.
The
Made him
sugar water.
Yeah, that fructose with that damn all that water and shit. And he drunk it and his body just took over. That was all them electrolytes, the sugars, and everything the body needed, and that shit turned his body into something different.
They basically telling you what that shit does. Just because it's a cartoon don't mean shit that's in there's not right. What Ariana said, "Oh wow, are you serious?" Ariana said that Bill Haney telling Floyd to have Tank take a dive, saying there's big money involved, so Floyd posted.
What? They gotta stop this,
Where is that at, Ariana?
please.
Please tell me. Give me the
I'm
link and
tired of begging her. I'm tired of
give me.
Bill.
We'll go get that right now.
Yeah, I need to see that right this second.
Hey, you know something, Zena? They could have took blood and plasma out as well, and then cycle it back through the body. Cause some people they'll take the
Blood
blood,
doping.
huh?
Blood doping.
Yeah, take the blood and plasma out and recirculate fresh blood in there.
That's for sure illegal.
Yep, or boosting your blood count up. Victor Conte, like he said, he's the best at making illegal shit legal.
I think I think that it's going to, you know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is going to start heating up in 2024. So I don't. My whole thing is this, like,
You see what Ariana just posted? I'm about to go see if I can find that in a second.
yeah, I'm reading it now, but I just want to say this for the record. I feel as though when a good rehydration, I was always taught that 10 to 13 pounds was pretty much your
Good,
like the average.
about 10 to 18. Well,
10 to 18. I always started
no,
with
but it
10 to
depends
13.
on. But wait, no, it depends on if you're under 140. 10 to 15 is a good. Well, if you're in the range between 120 and 140, 10 to 15. If you're under that, about 10 to 15, yeah. But when you get up to like 147 and 150, about 15 to 20 is pretty good. And like heavyweight, you don't want to go but so high in heavyweight. But above 147, 10 to 15 is, 15 to 20 is good rehydration.
Okay. Well, yeah. So but I think that
IBF,
people.
unless
Mhm.
you only got 10 pounds to rehydrate.
Well, I think that boxers are starting to feel like they not about to, especially not so much in the higher weight classes because their body can put on that weight, especially when you're talking about 168 and stuff. But as
I
far
just
as anything, okay,
I
go
just hate
ahead.
now. A lot of these heavier boxers are gonna try to cut down the smaller weight classes now and start doing that shit. Like, then what?
Right, and that's what I was gonna say when it comes to like 147 and under, maybe even 140 and under. I think that a lot of boxers are gonna start being more vocal about fighting guys that rehydrate up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something there. I don't know. I for me and my health, I wouldn't do it. It's unless I'm getting like tank money or something like that or expense, I'm not doing it. It's not that serious for me to get in there. Isn't
But,
that crazy? AJ 64, like he's making everybody in top shape, but Victor is very overweight and out of shape.
but you want me to tell you crazy? That's what's wrong with the sport of boxing now. Because that's why a lot of fans can't get into it. Because you got people that's doing this right here. What's the use of having weight classes if you can go up 5 divisions in a damn rehydration?
Yeah, because I forgot that Bam was in the lower weight classes. Because when I heard that he ballooned up into the 30s, I was like, damn.
Yeah, okay, at 112, right? His weight division is 112. That's the one
Right.
118, 122, 126, 130. That's 5 divisions he just blew up. He blew up 5 weight classes, just like Devin did. That's 5 weight classes these people are blowing up. Like, come
Not
on.
to mention too, not to mention, shoot, he could have fought O'Shaquie Foster last night or the night before. Honestly, gave him a good run for his money.
Probably would have beat Shaq, honestly. He
Exactly the way he was throwing them at him.
he been too fast for Shaq. Just like just like Monster was too fast for Stephen Fulton. When they come up from the smaller weight class, they still got that speed. And speed kills. That's what made
Happy
Pacquiao so good up through the years because he was putting on the muscles and shit, but he was so much faster as he was coming up. Speed
um
kills.
ha- happy birthday, Calvin. Kawhi Elliott. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Happy birthday, King.
And
Rico,
that's a
I told
and that's a motherfucking fact, J.A. Dixon. That's why people don't be trying to get that IBF belt because they know what the hell it is.
So that makes sense. That makes so much sense.
I cannot find anything about a Floyd Mayweather conversation. That's my first time ever hearing about that with Floyd and Bill Haney asking to take a dive. What do you mean by dive, Queen? Do you mean Queen Ariana? Do you mean like for him to throw the fight?
You would think Bill Haney know better than
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. he does.
that.
He's proven to me that he does not know his. He does not. He don't know any better. He's trying to get anything. See, the thing is, what, and we can segue into this with Devin Haney if you guys are okay with it. But what Bill is trying to do is put Devin. He's okay. So you know how in the court of law it's what goes in the courtroom, but if you can vilify the person outside of the courtroom first, you know what I'm saying? It's harder for the judges to
Hold,
get you off. Okay.
hold on 1 second. The
Okay.
IBO is the W is with the WBO Ray Davis, not the IBF. Go ahead, Key.
Okay. So yeah, so basically what Bill is trying to do is crucify Tank in the public. You know what I'm saying? Like make people so now what are we hearing? What are the the words that's going around about Tank the analytics are showing? One of them is rehydration king, which we know now that he rehydrated people, two fighters, Barrios and Garcia, because they balloon over the weight. They do not stay, you know what I'm saying? He puts a 10 pound. So Ryan Garcia came in at 144 and Mario Barrios came in at 150. Tank still fought that man at 150. So but because of what Bill and Devin, which is brilliant from a marketing standpoint, he's getting ahead of the stories that can potentially come out. And he knows that he wants Tank to fight Devin at 140. So when it comes to negotiations and when it comes to the fight, um, get as many fans as you can on your side to feel the way that you feel. That way, you can potentially shame Tank and Al Heyman into even asking for Devin like this. Asking Devin for a weight class, or now they have people are taking polls on how much the split should be. And see, some people are saying 60-40. Like, wait a minute, who do y'all think y'all are? The way that, like, the way that y'all have hyped this whole thing up with Devin doing 50K and pay-per-view sales, Tank can literally 95.5 him right now. And he can't say nothing. Tank can literally give him $6 million flat.
That's his
Literally.
biggest
Like
payday. That's his
that'll
biggest
be his
payday.
that'll be more than he's made in his whole let me stop. Listen. Um Devengers, I'm very disappointed in y'all. I'm very Timothy Stoudemire. I gotta look that up with Boots and Villa, but I don't think Boots. I don't think Boots rehydrates back up to 165. But I mean rehydrates to 165 though. I don't think so. Now would I be surprised if he did? No, but I don't think so.
And I
But
seen
I
a
think.
comment. I seen a
Mhm.
comment that said Tank a 30-year-old prospect. I said these
Yep,
people
that's
are taking it too far.
yeah, but the thing is, again, they want to vilify him and cause his stock to drop. That way, when negotiations do happen, and they will, they're going to. I'm very hesitant. I don't think that Devin and Bill are going to accept that fight. I'm just being honest. I don't think they want to fight Tank. I just think that they're just doing this, but time will tell. I'll be cool either way. But they're trying to vilify and they're tapping into three fan bases. They're tapping into the Devin fan base, all 22 of y'all, and then they're tapping into Cause I told Frequent, and Frequent already know this. I said, man, I'm on y'all ass this week for letting that man tank with 50K pay-per-views. I'm so disappointed that y'all couldn't get. I was rooting for that king to get 150 plus. Y'all let that man down, bro. I don't care what y'all do. There is nothing that y'all can tell
Those
me.
was I told everybody his first fuck up was going to the zone. Now
Yep.
the boxing Canelo can't make it over 4 in his last 3 fights on the zone. A man averages $1 million pay per view. I mean, a million pay per view views. How the hell is Devin Haney going to make any noise on the zone? And people didn't want to listen. I told you should have went to PBC or something like that, but they didn't listen. I told people to do about 50, 75,000. It did 50. Like I said, I'm good at reading the numbers. I'm good at looking at the market. And I just didn't see it for this fight, and it showed.
Well, and then the thing too is, so they're trying to tap into three fan bases. They're trying to tap into the Devin Haney fan base, get them riled up. The second fan base that they're trying to tap into, and they're trying to is almost working, but is they're trying to tap into the ones that hate Floyd Mayweather fan base, the ones that can't stand Floyd, because of Floyd beating up their favorite fighters and being successful and just haters. And who did Tank come up with? Floyd Mayweather. And who left Floyd? Devin Haney. You get what I'm saying? So they're trying to tap into that Floyd bandwagon, and they're also trying to cross over to the others, the Hispanics, everyone else. With that whole talk of, oh, he's only fighting you guys, he won't fight black fighters, and try to get them, you know what I'm saying, like an edge on them as well. So they're
See,
trying to really, okay.
I ain't trying to keep cutting you off, but I was adding to you what you were saying. To see the part with them
No,
trying
no,
to
you're fine.
the part with them trying to get the Spanish fighters is you don't appeal to the Spanish fighters because you're not closing the show. To get the Spanish fighters, you have to close the show. To get the Spanish fighters, you got to stay in there and show that you brave, show that you wouldn't have stepped through the fire and go out there and get your win. They don't want to see that you dance on the back foot, boxing and stand back. They don't like that. That's not Spanish boxing. They got on Canelo for that shit when he fought Triple G. They tried to tar and feather Canelo for outboxing Triple G. They wanted him to go out there and become a warrior. And that's why Tank gets the Mexican fan base, because Tank goes out there, he takes risks, he takes chances, and he goes out there and he closes the show. He finishes the deal. He gives you your full course meal with the dessert and the alcohol and coffee at the end. Devin only giving you soup, salad, and breadsticks. Maybe not even getting the main entree. And so you're not going to get them until you know how to finish. And that's just honestly. The Mexican fan base is fickle. And yeah, they might like good boxing, but they love a knockout. Period.
Yes, that is true. And so they're trying to, that's why you're hearing keywords they're throwing around as we want to get back to that old style type of fighting. But that old style, you got to be careful. Remember, I told y'all fighters need PR teams because they put their foot in their mouth. That old school type of fighting, the same day weigh ins. So you got to be careful with that type of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tank pulled the trigger if they was to fight to make sure that man come in at 140. And what people are failing to realize is that, and this is no disrespect to Frequent and the clan, but when Devin fought Lomachenko, Devin ballooned up to about 155. Like nobody's talking about that. They just think that with Regis he did that. No, he's been doing that. He's been ballooning. He hydrates back up. He's a big
Actually,
boy.
you're wrong, Key. When he fought Lomachenko, he was around 162, they said. Let's
Oh
get it.
wow.
Really? I thought it was 155.
He was 155 the morning of the fight.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lomachenko is a
Wow.
small guy too.
I
See, and
mean,
then
but hats
another
off to
thing people don't
Lomachenko.
another thing people like to say is well, you didn't say that before the Loma Chica. But it's just that they don't realize that once a fighter does something and bring attention to it, then we look back. And so now we're looking back and we're seeing, oh, he was 150 something for this fight. He was 160 something for this fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the thing you've been doing is finally coming to light, and now we're raising awareness of it.
What people forget, Loma got in the ring after Devin beat Cambosos and said, "This ain't no lightweight. This a
He said, "You
heavyweight."
a heavyweight, yeah.
And Loma wasn't in shape. Loma was above weight, and Devin was still way heavier than him. Devin was way heavier than Cambosos. That's why Loma came in there. Loma was about 145 at least, and Devin still had him by at least 20 pounds. So that's what I'm saying. When you're that much bigger than your opponent, it ain't shit your opponent can do. Like Terrence Crawford versus Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy was giving Terrence Crawford everything he could handle the first 2 rounds, but Terrence Crawford was much bigger, and he started tagging that man. It wasn't nothing that man could do.
Yep,
It
and that's
wasn't
what he
nothing that man
said.
could do.
He said that weight, yeah, and it's giving weight, bully.
Zena said the WBC said he was 159 after the 35 weigh-in, and that was before the fight. So you know he put on a couple more pounds that night.
And then too, upper, if you when you look at it and you seeing he's targeting smaller fighters, it's like, okay, what's really going on? Like the strategy is coming to light. You fighting these smaller,
Not fighting nobody.
older.
Not fighting no Ortiz. Regis is a small fighter. You see, he ain't going after Richardson and Hitchison, and they still got beef as well.
Yeah.
Like, fighter that can reach you.
Queen Ariana, I'm seeing it. I see what you're talking about. I'm reading. I'm listening to it with the captions on, and then if it's something, then I'll play it. Because sometimes Fight Today be they clickbait. Sorry, Upper. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You find go ahead.
Yeah. So and then now you look at it. Who was he quote unquote targeting allegedly? A smaller fighter in Tank, trying to bring him up. Like I don't understand. And then people want to defend this like Tank can fight at 140. Tank can do this. Tank can do that. It's like, guys, come on. Tank, little bitty guy. He 5'5" with Air Force Ones on. You want him to go fight a 165 pounder? You want him to move up and have every disadvantage? I heard somebody in a live yesterday saying,
Yeah, you forgot.
is one.
This is what's funny. First, it was Gamboa. Then he was trying to call out little Gary Russell. Remember? Little ass Gary Russell.
Yep.
Then he got little ass JoJo Diaz from 126. People forget JoJo Diaz was down there. Then he got Camboso, little Camboso. Then he got little Loma, and now he going after little Tank. The man,
Yep.
he stayed going after small fighters.
Well, I think this gosh, this is difficult because I like Devin, I do, and I think that if he's moved right, he can definitely um, leave a lasting, impactful legacy. But I think the way that he's moving right now, the Avengers, I'm sorry to say, but PBC, Tank, GTD, and basically Tank and Leonard Ellerby dismantled Devin Haney last week. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Y'all can feed into the aesthetics if y'all want to about the $20 million offer that we now know is inaccurate, never happened. You guys can say that all y'all want to, but Tank pretty much and Leonard Ellerby pretty much pulled y'all card. That's why I asked y'all who told on Devin, who's putting all this stuff out on Devin. And I ended that video and I told y'all, I said, it's only going to get worse. Tank is locked in on Devin. He's going to make him pay for trying to use his name in a negative aspect. If you guys can't tell, Tank is not saying his name and Devin is not saying his name or Bill. Bill is calling him Yellow Blood, which I think is hilarious. But he's calling them Yellow Blood, but they know it's some cease and desist out there now. Like it's heating up, it's getting ugly. And it's only about to get
And who are you to offer the man that just brought in $150 million without the proceeds of the promotion, just off the fight and the gate? Who are you to offer them $20 million? He spits at $20 million. How you gonna offer this man $20 million and his opponent just made 30? That offer is disrespectful as hell. You gonna give me 10 million less than what I gave my opponent?
Frequent, don't worry, it's coming. See, that's the thing. Like, the thing is, okay, first of all, y'all keep thinking that Tank is stupid. He's not. Everybody know that Devin is scheduled to fight um Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin did an impressive fourth round KO. We didn't even talk about that, but he beat that guy on Saturday.
I did.
An impressive win. Yeah, he gave an impressive win, and Mauricio Suleiman came out, if I'm not mistaken, and said that fight has been ordered. That's done. In order, that was the contingency to get the Regis fight. Shout out to KO for revealing that. But that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Sandor Martin versus Devin Haney in 2024, unless Devin Haney accepts step aside money. But now he's going at Ryan Garcia and everybody else. I see the play. Y'all just don't see the play. So who Tank gonna fight? Rayo, whoever he wants to fight. See, the thing is, where you guys are failing to understand is that before the $1.4 million pay-per-view with Ryan Garcia, Tank was already had a fan base of 250,000. That's his medium, 250,000 pay-per-view buys with a
And,
$5 to $10 million gate. So no matter, and that's what you guys call, okay, go ahead, Upper.
and I'm adding with you. His gates was doing more than Devin Haney's whole fight did just now. So even before the Ryan Garcia fight, Tank was still outclassing that man in every step of the way.
Yes, B Dog. Sandor fought Saturday, and it was an impressive win. He got a stoppage, and so that's going to be the next pat. I mean, the next fight. Now, so you guys are around here saying that he's fighting tomato cans, but yet the man is making, like Leonard Ellerby said, over 10 figures per fight, and
And
everything.
Sendor Martin says he's going to beat Devin Haney. He's not taking no
Uh,
steps.
yep, true.
And I'm
He
going to tell you
said that.
this.
Oh, go ahead.
If Devin fights Sendor Martin, he gets all the credit that he didn't get for the Regis fight. Because Sendor Martin is actually a boxer. And Devin has a chance to separate himself from Tio. Because we all seen Sendor Martin beat Teofimo. We seen that. He even had Teofimo questioning himself. Do I still got it? That's because Sendor Martin was beating that man from pillar to post all around the ring. Dropped him twice. So he has sneaky deceptive power and he knows how to set traps. So this is going to be a good IQ test for Devin right here. Because the man has, I think he's 42-3. So the man has experience. He knows how to win. This probably be Devin's competition right here, honestly.
I think Devin watches Sandor Martin. But I think for me, yeah, he confirmed it. That's what I thought, Zenith. I thought I read the post saying that he confirmed that fight after it was done. Jay Dixon, you already know how that is. But now, you're hearing, oh, well, he fought such and such. Did it matter what the pay-per-view buys? No, it didn't matter because you know what? They accepted what the terms were, and that's what it was. You feel me? Like there was, and guess what? Rolling them been cheesing and smiling. Hector Garcia, Mario Barres been cheesing and smiling. Ain't nobody upset when it comes to a Tank payday. Y'all, just the haters are. So, I doubt that Devin wants that fight with Tank. Y'all keep saying Tank is saying everything but let's fight. But um, Bill Haney is doing everything, is calling everybody except for Al Heyman. And what's interesting, and I'm gonna put a nail in the coffin on this one. What's interesting is that he's wanted to fight two PBC fighters, Matias and Tank. He did the thing with Matias, with calling the wrong coach. Then he got on the phone with the management, and now we don't know what's going on with that. But now he wants to fight Tank. and he still couldn't reach out to Al Heyman. So do you think that Al Heyman is going to give Bill Haney Matias over Tank when it comes to Devin Haney? What you say, Upper? I don't think he left.
He's almost making it
Fight
seem
two
like
PBC fighters. He's trying to fight PBC fighters. So why the hell you sign a contract with the zone?
exactly. Ain't got
Exactly.
no intention.
Right. And so with Eddie Hearn, what Eddie Hearn is doing, I hope that Al Heyman see what's gonna happen is if this fight was to happen, Eddie Hearn is gonna be sad again. So if you guys recall when Ryan Garcia was in contact with Al Heyman them and Leonard Ellerby, Eddie Hearn offered Tank 10 million. So for y'all to say, oh, he's duck, Tank is ducking, like this the same play. Eddie is using the same playbook. What y'all don't see is that Eddie Hearn is trying to get paid. Y'all don't see it because as much money as Ryan, Tank, PBC, and Golden Boy made, Eddie Hearn didn't make diddly squat. Maybe a few for some pay-per-views that crashed, but I mean, to be honest with y'all, Eddie got cut out that deal very, very badly. But if y'all recall when it first started, Eddie Hearn
He was
reached
never
out
in
to.
that deal. He was never in that deal. He's Matchroom. He ain't
Yeah,
have
he
no part.
was not. Yes, and so when Eddie Hearn had reached out to Tank and asked and proposed a $10 million fight for Tank and Ryan. Tank told the same thing, no, just like he did the other day, no. So
Rachel.
that's when it came. Okay.
No, I was telling her to Rachel. I'm gonna drop the link if you want to hop up here, Rachel. But on one thing, Key, they keep
Yeah.
talking $20 million. If you're gonna offer Tank something, you gotta go north of 50. And I'm just being honest. Like the man just brought in over $150 million. These dumbass people didn't understand this. $150 million, and you're offering the man $20 million. Do the math. It's not math, and that's $130 that's not being added up. Why the fuck would Tank go over to the zone when he has Al Heyman? He has the Amazon network, which has bigger subscribers than fucking Showtime. So he has a potential of doing more. So why the fuck is he gonna make Eddie Hearns rich when he got Al Heyman that's been looking out for him all this time? Plus, he has a promotional deal with Leonard Ellerby.
Okay.
Leonard Ellerby is not going to fucking the zone. And now they don't have to sell their pay-per-views to the zone for overseas rights because they have Amazon. Fuck Eddie, fuck Matchroom, fuck the zone, and Tank is not fucking with them. If you want to fight Tank, bend the fucking knee, come over there and listen to what the man say. He didn't tell you he didn't want to fight you. You asked for a fight. He said, call Al. That is his business manager. That's his financial management. Tank can't look at a fucking contract, but Al Heyman can. If you really want to watch the fucking fight, if you really want to make the fucking fight, call fucking Al, you dumb sons of bitches.
Yeah, Hector Garcia fight with Tank made more money. But the thing is, see, like I told y'all, the play is Eddie is trying to make some money. And now he just shot himself in the foot like he did before. Eddie is trying to make his money. But it's not gonna work. It's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. So that 20 million was a fluke. He don't have that to offer Tank. Tank will never
He
be in
does have
violation. Oh,
he
no,
actually does have 20 offer. The Saudis will give them probably about 80 million. But they're not saying that because the Saudis and them was offering 100 million for Tyson Fury and damn Usyk. And Tyson wanted to give Usyk like 20%, and Usyk said, "Fuck that." The Saudi prince will give you up to 100 for a fight. And with Tank, he can generate more than that. But Tank is not a 10 a.m. in the morning type fighter. Tank has his fan base in America. Tank don't need the Saudi Arabians' money. And Tank is not doing that dumb shit. Like, how are you trying to push the fight over? That's like when Terrence Crawford coming to Earl Spence with a hedge fund. Nigga, this is my guy right here. Why put a ceiling on yourself? You stay with PBC, there's no ceiling. You have a chance to make everything instead of giving all these cuts out. So, look, first off, you got a match with Sandor Martin unless you plan on breaking that, dropping the belt. Secondly, stop fucking capping, dog. If y'all want to fight, call Al.
That's simple.
Well, now they're saying that Al needs to call them.
Okay, yeah. Dictate to the A side what the fuck they got to do. All right, tell them to hold their breath
They
to
don't
Al.
want to fight.
Mm,
The more we keep
I
talking
keep
about it,
telling
the more it
y'all.
sounds like they
I'm
don't want
telling
to fight.
y'all. No, you know who wants to fight? Eddie Hearn, because Eddie wants some. Eddie, look, y'all, the Avengers. Y'all just put y'all just put them in a hole so bad, bruh. I'm so mad I spent $60, and if I would have known that y'all wasn't even gonna support your own mans, I would not have paid that money. If I would have known that, like y'all really dropped the ball. Like Eddie need that fight. Like I told y'all before, Bill needs Tank. Tank doesn't need Bill. If we get that fight, that is because, like Tank said, and they really broke for real.
See, you
Eddie
know
is
what I've
negotiating.
noticed?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I noticed? Anytime there's a, I'm not gonna say anytime, but a lot of time when there's a top PBC fighter fighting, especially when they're fighting another black fighter, it seems as though everybody hops on the black fighter that's not with the PBC, right? Everybody's a Haney fan, everybody's a Crawford fan, blah 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 blah. But you never see that translate financially. So is it like, are y'all really fans of these fighters, or are y'all just dislike the quote unquote PBC fighter? Because it never translates. Like there's no way we going back and forth, all of this, all of that, Haneites. They got a cult, and then you only do 50,000 pay-per-view buys. And we got to be honest, that was a pretty good build up to that fight. I even bought it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, it's like this thing I've noticed, like it's really strange because it never translates financially for these quote unquote great fighters, this fighter that could beat Tank and they ain't fought nobody. It never translates financially. I never see it.
But see, again, that's that hate. Remember, I told you that hate, that fan base that they're trying to tap into of the Mayweather haters. See, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that love Floyd, but it's a lot of people that hate that man too. And so that's why they're trying to tap into that demographic, and that's where you're seeing all that from. All that stuff stems from Floyd because Floyd, Leonard Ellerby, and Al Heyman ran off on the plug twice. Like it just you feel me? Like they just made over $1 billion in revenue. Three black men made over $1 billion in revenue and got a roster with them. And they're bringing over their whole roster. You're talking about David Benavidez, Canelo. Look at the names they got. Remember when Leonard Ellerby, when Eddie Hearn tried to sun Leonard Ellerby, saying that Canelo is doing way better on their pay per view platforms, and Leonard Ellerby put out their numbers and said, "Look, he's went down actually since he's been with you." And what did Canelo do? He came back to Leonard Ellerby. Like I just be wanting people to put the puzzle pieces together. They're jealous of PBC because their formula works.
That's why
That's all.
Canelo came over there and did 800K with Caleb Plant. He went back to the zone, did 400, 500. No, he did 500 because it was right after the Caleb Plant. Then he did 400, and then him and Triple G did like 400. Like he did 500 with Bivol. Then he did like 400 with Triple G, like 400 with damn John Ryder. Like he wasn't doing the numbers, and he said, "I'm missing my money. I'm going back to the PBC." He went back to the PBC. They did 675 to 700K plus a $25 million gate. Canelo getting his bread back. Canelo staying where the hell he's staying. He's not going nowhere else until he retires. Period. It's about money. It's called prize fight.
Exactly. And that's what Devin is singing a tune now. The thing is that Devin now he's saying he wants the big fights, but the thing is that those numbers aren't really there in that division. Maybe a Ryan Garcia fight and maybe a TO. You're looking at maybe 150 to 175.
A Rolly
That's
fight
decent.
Rolly could probably sell a fight on PBC.
Riley would do better with Ryan Gar. There's nothing like a Rolly and a Ryan or somewhere where Adrian Broner is in the mix.
Or Devin
That's
versus
it.
Adrian. If Devin versus Adrian would have did something.
You know Bill ain't finna let him get in that 50-50 fight.
Oh, T, you know what I just heard? I just heard that Rolly turned down the Ryan Garcia fight because he wanted to fight Adrian Broner. Have y'all heard that?
Yeah,
No, but I did
yeah,
see
I remember
Rollies.
that.
Oh, go ahead.
He did that before. I don't know if he did it lately, but he did that shit before. But he's in recess because he didn't want to fight Barroso or Harold Davies. So Ryan's gonna have to fight the winner of Barroso or Harold Davies so he can fight Rolly for that pay-per-view fight. But yeah, Rolly was trying to get with matter of fact, Rolly was trying to fight Broner last year. They was trying to set it up after the Tank fight. Rolly was trying to fight Broner. And they was talking about it, but then Broner went to that BLK Prime and all that other shit and they fucked it all up.
He's hilarious. That's gonna be the most
Hey,
funniest. Yo, that's going
we
down.
can't. Ryan Garcia ain't shook right now, baby. Ryan on top of his shit. He training with Floyd and Derek every day. That man, he
Oh,
tried
he's
that.
training with Floyd too?
That's why he tried that dirty ass Philly shell that time.
Oh,
Derek
I
James
didn't
told
know
him,
that.
"Don't do that shit again." Derek James told him, "Don't do that shit again."
Frequent flyer. You truly think that Devin is going to sign the PBC, or Bill is finally going to pick up the phone and call Al Heyman for a boots fight with Devin? Y'all got to stop this man. If he not calling, if they're not reaching out to Al Heyman right now for a Tank, what makes y'all think that he's gonna go to 147 and walk in the Lions Den with boots? He ain't even. I doubt that the boy even fight Matias. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all.
You my boy, but I told you about the narratives frequent. We're not about to do it. We're not about to do it frequent.
I actually think that Devin would give Matias a good fight, honestly.
He
Oh
will
yeah,
give him a
Dank
good fight,
Rolly
but
is.
that's a 50-50 fight.
Dank Rolly is scared. Rolly scared that he gonna get beat before he get his payday. Dank. Rolly said, "The hell with that. I got a belt. I want my payday." Like they gave him the fight against Barroso anyway. But hey,
Frequent, if they try to do business with PBC, you think that Al Heyman is going to give them Matias or Tank? If Tank is already on their ass, what you think? You think
that's
they're
like
gonna get Matias before Tank? Come on now.
that's like Bud getting anybody but Earl
And it's
before
gonna
Earl.
look bad if they ask for anybody but Tank, for real.
Exactly.
At
PBC's
this
not giving
point.
Matias that. PBC is not giving Matias Devin Haney over Tank Davis. Period. When you the A side like that, you get preferential treatment. But all Bill gotta do is call Al. It ain't that hard. Just call Al.
Not see frequent, like I said, he finna continue. I don't understand why y'all don't think. I keep telling y'all, Devin is down bad. Like Tank them, then yo, all that stuff was not supposed to get out about Devin. It got out, and Bill Haney has been doubling down. And y'all about to see. You about to see.
Hey, frequent, you got a quick timeout, frequent.
Hey Rachel, I hope you're having a good day.
Hey,
Ariana,
Rachel, how's it going?
I'm recovering from the WBA. All that drama was in my suite, like Rolly, Jesse, Adrian Broner, freaking
hold
everyone
on
was
one
in my
second,
suite
Rachel.
arguing.
Hold on one second,
Ooh,
Rachel.
what's the scoop?
Hold on one second. Adriana, time frequent out for 10 seconds real quick. Thank you. So he can get his thing back. Because I thought I could do it for 10 seconds, but I couldn't. Time him for 10 seconds. All right, go
What's
ahead.
a 10-second timeout? That's nothing. My boys will blink in the 10 seconds are
I
over.
know, but I know. I was just timing him to tell him to hush.
Oh, got you. No, yeah,
Higgity hush.
so our room is always open to everyone. And so the videos that you guys all saw or the table, even the next day is always like our table. So everybody after the convention finds our villa, because we had a 2-bedroom with a deck and stuff, and we had a full bar because that's how we do. And then all the fighters, because we don't have beef with anyone, come, but then they have beef with each other, and so yeah, very fun.
Oh, they were going at it with each other, literally.
Oh yeah, and then Nonito had to get in between Jesse and Adrian for a bit, and then it was Adrian against Roberto Diaz, and then Rolly got in it, And yeah, then it extended to the next day. I got a table at the bar. We were all eating. Jesse rolled up. Scrappy was there. Scrappy was the one that was starting that one. But AB was there first. Then Jesse rolled up, and then they started talking. Yeah, so much fun. It's always around us.
So I have a question. When Rolly came into the picture and was talking stuff, was he stuttering?
He does. He
Don't
like
answer
the
that.
thing is.
Don't answer
Yeah,
that.
no, Rolly
I'm just
does.
being funny. I'm being
Rolly,
petty.
what's interesting is Rolly can't even like he's always like fiddling with his fingers, and like you always see him have the roses and stuff like that. Like, and then we always ask him like, "Who are you looking behind you? There's no one else here." But yeah, I mean, he was for a good time that night too. Like they're like I said, everyone's in everyone's faces, and I'm like, I mean, now it's like 4 o'clock in the morning by this time.
How, like, what started it all? Like, who kicked it off? Adrian Broner kicked it off. Rolly kicked it off. Like, what made everybody just start fighting like that?
AB kicked that off because so from what I understand, from what I saw, so Jesse was already there, been there, and then Rolly was texting me at 3 o'clock and in the morning, and then he's like, "Y'all still up?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he came through. I think AB followed him like 20 minutes later, and then came in through the villa, and then after that time was like 3:30 in the morning, and he first got in Jesse's face. So
who did Adrian Broner got in Jesse's face or Rolly?
Adrian Broner.
Wow. Okay. And then what made Rolly intervene or interject himself in there?
Rolly said he's like, "Hey, calm down," and then of course AB turned on him and was like, "Get the fuck out of my face, blah blah, don't push me back, man, I'll put hands on you." And I think it was like just like he not a deflection, but whatchamacallit, like displaced anger. Because then it was like I said, then it was AB screaming at Roberto Diaz and all this other stuff. Like there was a bunch of people by 4 o'clock, everyone should be out of my damn room because everyone was arguing. There was someone who got kicked out. I can't remember who. Someone got kicked out, and this is the only one that pissed Nonito off. He got kicked out. He came back and was banging on the door. And doorbelling, but I have a 2-bedroom and my boys were sleeping. And one of my little came up, he goes, "Mama," I was like, "I'm sorry, baby, go back to bed." He went back to bed and he was like, "Fuck that." Like, he's like, don't ever disrespect my home, blah, 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 blah. He's like, "I'm cool with everyone." He's like, "But there's the line you cross and you don't mess with my kids by waking them the fuck up, But we never learned. This happens almost every convention.
Is this the same convention where B Hop got spit on or something like that? Like it was something with B Hop and
No. Okay, no. Okay. So what happened was I was in the convention, and then they started, it was Samson, that one girl and another guy who's with Roberto, I think. And Elvis Grant, the Grant Gloves guy. And they started going back and forth, and then there was a lot of Spanish. So I was like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm like, whatever. And B Hop told Samson, like, "Dude, just calm down. Like, he's gonna come after you after this." But what we say by coming after you is usually like just in boxing politics in general, right? Not any physical altercation. Because, then they'll try to blacklist you out. They'll try to box you in. They'll try to put you in bad contracts, all this mess. So B-Hop was warning him inside the ballroom that Samson walked out of the ballroom. Elvis's son, I forget, Elliot, I think, went up to Samson and spit in Samson's face.
Oh my God.
And that's where B-Hop got in the middle. Because Samson's not going to fight. He's like, what, 76?
Oh my.
Probably 76. Samson old.
So basically everybody just been cutting up, pretty much. Everybody's just been
Yeah.
acting everybody's just been acting a fool. But I'm glad that Nonito put some order in the hotel room and everybody got out. So that makes sense why Ryan now is being circulated that Ryan and Adrian Broner might fight. That's going to be a hilarious press conference.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun because
Um,
Adrian, like the entire time, was like he's mouthy. Like the entire time, it's like, dude, can you like calm down for like 1 second? I don't know why is it every time you have to come around. Like he was trying to buy shots for everyone. I was like, I'm not drinking that. I was like, I'm not drinking that. You drink it. I was like, I tried to give it to Scrappy. Scrappy wouldn't take it. I was like, Scrappy, drink this, and he's like, nah, sis, you take it. I go, well, you're smaller than me, so you drink it. He didn't like what I said, but I was like, I'm not taking this shot.
But you know
It was
something?
like 2 o'clock.
That'd be a
Yeah.
big money fight, Broner versus Ryan. And I got
Yeah.
a storyline behind it. Ryan takes out Tank's mentor. Woo.
Oh,
no, but I think it's going to be Rolly versus Adrian Broner
I think
now.
Ryan does more.
you think the
I
shit
don't
talking
know.
with Ryan is gonna be bigger though with Ryan and
No,
AB?
Rolly.
I think
I
AB
think Rolly.
Rolly.
Ryan be holding his
Rolly's
own though.
Hold on, y'all. I feel like with
but
Ryan,
Rolly's quick. Like Rolly, like you I think because he came with us on the flight there to Florida. And like so when we landed, because I was texting him on the plane. Well, I sat down with my boys already. So I texted him on the plane. I was like, what the hell did you say to Clarissa? He's like, I didn't say nothing. I was like, what did you? So I'm texting him. I look up. He's right there. He's like, holy shit. And he's like, hey, is there anyone sitting next to Nonito? I was like, no. So he sits next to Nonito. And so we get to the hotel because the WBA picked us all up. They get to the hotel and he's like laughing in the lobby while we're checking in. I'm like, what? And he goes, look what Ryan texted me or put on Twitter. He was like, I was like, well, what did you text back? He goes, I told him that I don't do tune-ups. And like he's just like quick little like he doesn't even think about it, he's just quick with it.
well, he
I'm
wasn't
like, oh
always
my
quick.
god.
He wasn't always quick with it. I remember he was slow as hell with the Tank fight, but now he's starting to learn. But like I said, with Ryan's fan base and his 20 million followers, him versus Adrian Broner would do way more than Rolly or Adrian Broner would do. Like Ryan has the fan base. And for him to be going up against a legend like Adrian Broner, a future Hall of Famer, that fight was him. And especially with the Spanish fan base, because you know they don't even like Adrian Broner for the stuff that he did to Spanish fighters. So they would back Ryan behind Adrian Broner. They would back him, especially what's the dude name that knocked Adrian Broner out? Madonna. All of them would love Ryan Garcia to get in there and put hands on Broner because Broner hasn't lost to a Mexican. He's lost to an Argentinian, but they want a Mexican to go out there and beat Broner ass. And we just gonna be honest about it. And Ryan's their best chance. Rolly not Mexican.
Yeah, but dude, like
Come on, Rachel. You
AB
know how
look
fans is.
no, but I'm saying, but like, did you see? I mean, the videos. Did you see? Could you tell how big AB was?
Yeah, but you know,
He big. Like dude,
he was
I don't
big
know.
Big.
he was
He
almost
can't make 140.
hold on,
I don't
Rachel.
think so.
He was almost 200 pounds before that last fight, remember? He couldn't make 140. He made Mike Garcia did beat ABB dog. But yeah, he was on 140. He came in at 146 that last fight.
He gonna need a longer training camp than 8 weeks, though. I'm telling you right now.
Nah, you remember last time he was over 200 with that pot belly and everything.
It's still there. It's still there. It's still there.
Well,
Well, he just got to be in shape. You remember that movie, The Great White Hype? You remember Damon Wayans? All he had to do was get in there with that belly, get that money. Just get in there.
Yeah.
I like the AB.
Hey, Icon Canadian. It is actually easy to lose 70 pounds. To be honest, you can do it in less than a month. Maybe not the correct way, but you can lose 70 pounds easily. You can go 10 days on just fluids. 10 days on just fluids, vitamins and minerals, and you can lose up to 30 pounds in 1 week. I mean, in them 10 days.
Well, I think that the AB fight and Rolly, I'm very intrigued because I know that that is going to be one of the best press conference of the year. That's going to be so hilarious. Like I know it's going to be nonstop laughter. And speaking of Rachel, can I get your viewpoint, right? So it's been a
Hmm.
lot of discussion regarding these fighters blowing up. And I know that with Nonito, if I'm not mistaken, Nonito went down to fight what's that guy's name anyway, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of fighters in today's age don't really go down to fight their opponents. They normally go up. But we're seeing these numbers and these fighters are ballooning up 5 weight classes above their weight. So for instance, with Devin Haney went from 140 to 165.
Hey, Key,
With Bam Rodriguez.
before you
Okay.
continue, Key, Nonito got
Yeah.
old. Nonito got older, right? So to
Yeah.
optimize his boxing skills, he dropped down the weight classes, a smaller weight classes, so he'd be more competitive against them because the higher you hit, the harder the fights are. And Nonito, he's getting older in age, so it's more comfortable for him to make that lower weight where he has his some advantages over fighters and stuff. Plus, he's not giving up too much weight. See, at the higher
Well,
Okay.
weight
I mean
class,
that though upper like the difference though is that when like no, like I've said, Nonito walks around like 135, probably during the holidays 138, 140, but normal 135, 133. When he starts training, he goes down to 128 once the more rounds hit. So when he walked in at the 126 division, because it was just more, like they kept tempting him with more money to move up, it still wasn't beneficial for him because when he didn't have to cut, so he was stepping in the ring. I think he weighed in like 134 that night
or
against
at least
Walters.
150. He got people that's 150 that he fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when Carl Frampton told him, he was like, "Hey, dude, like, what did you walk in at tonight?" He said 150, and he was like, "I haven't never touched 150 in my life." So that's when we said, we're like, dude, I think and I talked to Richard and he's like, can he make 118? I was like, yeah. He's like, you sure? I was like, I guarantee he'll make 118. That's how he got into WBSS. But
So
it's different. It's kind of opposite of what Key's saying, because these guys already are big and they cut to go to the lower weight divisions.
exactly.
And
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So
Like,
what
that's
do
why
you think
Nonito
of
go back
okay.
down to a weight that he's not giving up as much advantages, because when he's up there, he's fighting against people that's weight bullies, basically people that are too scared to fight in their division, so they're cutting as much weight so they can have advantage over people that's naturally that size. Like
So
look,
what
look at
okay.
Inouye. Inouye is at 122 now. When he was fighting at 115 and shit like that, he was coming in 135 and all that shit like that. Like he was way bigger than the people.
So what do you think, Rachel, about that with all of this that's going on with these fighters ballooning up? That's the first question. Do you think that is fair? And I'll just let you answer that one first, and I'll get you to my second question. So, what from your standpoint?
I mean, the only that way that we're gonna ever like come to a real like walk around weight, to where the fighters are closer in weight is cut, like, because we used to go from like a 1 o'clock weigh in and then 9 o'clock in the ring the next day, right? Now we're pushing it back to like freaking 8 o'clock weigh in, so that gives them an additional 6 hours on top of what we already had. The only way that we cut that down is same day weigh-ins. And the argument is, well, you're not giving the fighters enough time to rehydrate. And it's dangerous. I'm using air quotes. It's dangerous to fight dehydrated. While I do agree with that, then they shouldn't let fighters step in the ring dehydrated. Like, you're supposed to, before you weigh in, you're supposed to go to commission, and commission's doctors are supposed to check like everything about you and see if they determine, and I've never heard a commission ever say, you know what, you look too drained, or you look, your skin's like really, really dry, your eyes are sunken. I've never heard them actually cancel a fight due to dehydration, because they're not doing tests on your dehydration level. So I think what I'm saying is the only way to get them to stop doing things like that is closer time and weigh-ins. And and do a dehydration test and say you can't be less than or more than X% dehydrated. If their argument is because of safety reasons.
So how do you think that plays out with oh hey Thomas, I didn't even know you came up here. Give me 1 second, Thomas. How do you think that plays out with this whole Devin and Tank situation? Now, Tank, I want to say on record, Tank has not came out and said anything about the weight. Hasn't said anything about
Mm.
rehydration or anything. Tank, like everybody else is like speaking for him. But Tank hasn't agreed because there's no negotiations on the table, obviously. But from the standpoint of what you've learned about Devin ballooning up to 165, and Tank being a 135 pounder, but Devin is refusing to go back down to fight Tank, wants him to come up to 140, and Tank has already said that he's not comfortable there. How would you see like something playing out? Because I don't think it's unreasonable to ask Devin to for a compromise to get a compromise. Just rehydrate to 150 to 155. Why do you need the extra 10 pounds? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'll let you cook.
and another thing, he was 165 the morning of the fight. That's what we keep missing. It was 165 the morning of the fight.
Who weighed in the morning of the fight?
I think who was that had him? Because
I don't know.
They had him a weight before he got in the fight. It was 165.
Yeah, but it's a WBC weight. They're not doing weight checks the morning of, and it was in California. They don't do that. So who checked his weight?
I have
Because
no idea who came out with it.
you know what I'm
I have
saying though?
no
Because that's
idea.
not like if it's an IBF fight, 100% the morning of the fight you have to step on the scale.
Well, they had it that they said that the fight should have been canceled because he was more than 15% above the contracted weight.
In California, according for California stipulations, I'm not sure.
CSAC, I think California did the test because I think it was California because they put an article up about it. CASC.
Yeah, but they never do that. That's what I'm saying. This is unorthodox because we fought in California a bunch of times and no one wakes Nonito up.
I mean, has nobody dropped a whistle on Nonito either. Like, when it's smoke, there's fire. And when somebody is known for doing something, and Zena said the CSAC did it for the entire card. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's what I was saying. California did that. They did that because when it's smoke, there's fire. And Lomachenko and them filed all that stuff on Devin after the fight. Remember, they filed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
the Loma Devin fight,
and Loma was complaining.
That he was big.
Complaining that he was a heavyweight in the ring.
So what do you think about that? No, Rachel, what do you think about that?
Sorry, about which portion? We kind of went left and right on that question. What was the question again?
So the original question was, do you think that with Devin coming in weighing at 165, do you think that Tank, which again, Tank has not put anything out there regarding weight. Tank could probably just don't even care about it. We're the ones that's making a big deal. Tank hasn't said anything about any of this stuff. But if Tank was to put a rehydration for him ballooning up to 165 and put a cap at 150, do you think that that's an even playing field? Like, do you think that that's okay? And then how do you feel about a fighter ballooning up 4 classes, 5 weight classes above, like that, from 140 to 165 in 24 hours?
5.
I mean, I don't think that it's like, okay, so there's two sides of this coin for me, because if you made the weight, like, you should be able to do whatever, but I think that there should be a cap on it. There has to be, like I said, a measurement tool that shows how dehydrated you are, and that should disqualify you. B should be like a weight limit of percentage of like the weight. Like I said, we were talking before about how IBF only allows 10 pounds, but I don't think 10 pounds to a 115 pounder is the same as a 10 pounds to a 175, right? So I don't think Tank's going to move up to 140. And I think that he's going to, if he does, he's going to want that stipulation. Now, where that stipulation lies, I honestly, if it was me and I wanted that fight, I'd make tank move up to 140 with a stipulation of 152 or 155 cap on the morning after.
Okay, you mean Devin, but he's already
Yeah.
saying that he's not going to accept it. So, I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get that fight. I just think they just talking stuff right now.
I mean, if Devin doesn't want to move back to one, it's hard. Like 135 pounds is a lot. Like we talked about it before. Like, and now that he had the fight without having to cut the extra 5, you're like, well, why am I
1 pound is a
really
lot.
Yeah, 1 pound's a lot, but 5
Before
is
you go ahead and cook,
enormous.
Rachel, I have one last question. I'm gonna let you cook. This is what I want to question for you, and me and my people want to know this too, because you're a great trainer. You've been training all your life, and you know I'm not as good as everything. Besides, using IVs, how do you gain 30 pounds of rehydration in one day? Well, in less than 24 hours. How do you do that?
I mean, Nonito's never done that, but I know when you're doing that, there's first of all, there's a certain there's a mixture that you drink, and it has a lot of a high level of, I think it's pink Himalayan salt that Nonito uses, and some other stuff.
I got that pink
Yeah.
Himalayan salt.
Yeah, so they take that in first, and and you don't eat anything first. You don't. You need to take that in first, and that's to retain the water that you're going to drink in. So I think you take I think a liter of that first, and then you start taking in more. Like Nonito does Pedialyte, not Gatorade, too much sugar. So he does a clear Pedialyte and takes that down. And then you do 2 bananas for potassium, so you don't cramp up. Like we hate cramps, right?
You need
And then you start,
magnesium and the phosphorus, and you need the calcium.
yeah. And then after that, then you're doing you carb load first, and you have a decent amount of meats, and then depending on how you are, because Nonito doesn't carb that night. He carbs during the lunch and the morning of the fight. But that dinner, he has a huge steak dinner to get the proteins working in your system as well. And then you just keep recycling it. Like if you need more pink Himalayan salt to keep the waters in, because that's the thing, is that most of we have to remember that this is water weight. So if you just let go of all your water, you don't want to down just regular water that has nothing in it, and it flushes through your system and it didn't rehydrate your system. So the pink Himalayan sea salts are what helps your body retain it and not just flush it through. And you can't like down it. You have to keep sipping, as through hours of sipping for hours. Because if you drink it too fast, it's going to try to flush through your system. You're just going to pee it out, but you need it to retain.
Wow.
So I'm guessing like that. No, I'm just guessing that in like times 2 to 3 multiple levels, because like I said, Nonito only gains about 10. So the guys that are gaining more than that, I would say about 2 to 3 times what Nonito's doing.
Okay, Rachel, now did you see the physique that he had? None of that was actually bloat. That was all pure muscle. How do you gain 30 pounds of pure muscle on a rehydration?
You can't gain 30 pounds of pure muscle for a rehydration. It's literally like the whole thing about the dehydration is what they also do in like bodybuilding. It emphasizes your muscle structure that you already built before that. Dehydrating for like bodybuilders are just to emphasize what you've done without any of the bloating, without any of the water sitting on top of your muscles. So he already had that muscle. You're not going to gain muscle from eating.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, well, you know what? Everybody's body is different. Everyone's body is different. So there's a lot of ways that you can cut. There's a lot of ways that you can do whatever you need to do to make that weight. I just hope and pray, to be honest with you. I worry about long-term impact, long-term effects, and I just pray and hope that these guys that are doing that to themselves, that's cutting. See, Nonito has it down to a science. He's smart with it. But the ones that are doing, ballooning up, doing drastic weight cuts, doing all that stuff to their bodies, man, I just worry about the long-term impacts. That's all. I
Oh,
just
it's
pray that they're
horrible. I mean,
okay.
look at a lot of these look at a lot of the boxers that retire. There's a reason they blow up. And it's not so much of the fact that let's just say that they're not, in fighting shape anymore. It's more so the fact that you're messing with your body so much that the metabolism starts to significantly decrease, not just because of age, but because of what you're doing to it. The yo-yo diets, it's pretty much like how girls do yo-yo diets and then they would gain the weight back again. It's exactly what these guys are doing over the course of how many years. So the body gets tricked into being like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight for just these couple weeks, but then I'm gonna gain it all back again. Well, what happens if you take out the other part of the equation? Now you're not losing weight for weeks. Your body's just going to
Right.
continually hold and store, because you're teaching your body that you're going to go into starvation and dehydration mode. So it stores and then it loses, stores and it loses. Well, if you don't have that loss anymore, it's going to continue to store.
Mm. Mm. And then so then their body, so then they'll be is that how they what is that one health issue that you get when your feet blow up? You guys know, where you retaining water?
No. Are you talking about edema?
Yeah. Like, have you ever heard of boxers getting that are doing bad weight cuts or anything, like getting edema, like their body is retaining fluid instead of, because of what they've done to their bodies over a long period of time?
Yeah. Yeah, their feet get all swollen up and like their hands are all swollen up. And honestly, I've actually seen boxers on fight night where like their feet kind of look like club feet because they their body couldn't I'm like, when did you pee? Oh, this morning. Wait, so you weighed in at 1 p.m., you didn't pee, you didn't pass any bowels until pretty much the next morning. That's like you messing your whole system up, because all of it
Mm.
needs water, right? So now you're bloated. Your body doesn't know if it's supposed to release it because they're afraid you've been starving it for freaking how long. So like I said, some of these boxers like really starve it for a long time. Like they're like sipping on celery, like chewing on celery like it's gum, because that's all they can eat. And so with that being said, when you reintroduce it, your body's into shock and doesn't know what to do.
Mm.
So,
Plus, it's
um,
also bad for your kidneys as well. Like long term effects of your kidneys is detrimental. Like I'm gonna tell you, and and Key, I don't know if what you was talking about was gout, but I ended up getting gout. The acids in my body comes too much now, like from drinking and all that right there. Because I used to mess up my body a lot, and like I said, if you don't have enough fluids, it'll mess your kidneys up, and a lot of that dehydrating and starving yourself, it makes your body go into cannibalize mode as well. Like your body will start cannibalizing the parts that it don't need and start functioning that way. But yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
Thomas.
I was gonna take it back and have a little bit more fun, but I think the other besides gout, it could also be congestive heart failure as well too. But other than that, I was gonna go back to the villa and the fun we
Oh
had.
God.
And we gonna get a reality show when you go out there, even when the donaires go out to the conventions, because man, it's always turned up in the villa right there. But you said my man was big. We need to get him on the snack program so we can get him in the fight, because that promo with Ryan would be awesome. That would be absolutely fire.
I did no, I legit like he was a lot bigger than Rolly, and Rolly is like he was already like his shoulders are wide. Um and Jesse's taller, right? But he was still even wider than Jesse. I want to say Jesse's probably around last row. He's probably about 184, 185 right now, and I feel like he's bigger than Jesse. I think he's carrying more weight than Jesse,
Good.
even though Jesse's taller.
So
Who
it's
you
a
talking about? Who you talking about again?
AB.
AB.
I'm talking about Jesse who?
Jesse Vargas.
AB is bigger than Jesse Vargas?
Like but like wider and
I know,
thicker,
like,
both front and back and sideways.
wow.
It's gonna be hard for him to get in that ring, man.
Nah, Thomas, because he was over 200 last time when he went on his voyage, but somebody let that man get back into the alcohol. He was
Hey yo,
doing good.
tell me why tell me why I'm the only crazy one that I have a scale in my room. Like I bring this miniature scale all the time. So you see all these fighters like they're like, oh no, I'm only weighing this much right now. I'm like, really? I got a scale. Here's a scale. Step on the scale. No
They
one
don't
will
like that,
step on
do
the scale. No
they? They
one
don't
will
want to do
step
that,
on
do
it.
they? Why you
No,
talking?
they're like, why the hell do you have a scale? I'm like, cause y'all lie about your weight all the time. So here, step on the scale. No one stepped on it.
I bet they didn't.
She got the step on the scale challenge going right now in the video.
Well, I'm
Yep.
not surprised. That just lets you know everything that she was describing, just a sacrifice. Somebody had a question in the chat. They said, "Is that what messed? Is that how Virgil messed himself up?" Do you guys think?
Oh.
Now, rhabdomyolysis, that's when your body starts to cannibalize your muscle and put protein in your urine, and it messes up your kidneys and can cause kidney shutdown.
That's a fact.
That's when you're trying to lose too much weight and your body start cannibalizing the muscle tissue instead of the fat cells.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, that just shows you how dedicated these fighters are and the things that they put themselves through. I couldn't
Oh,
do it. Lord
100%.
Jesus, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
No,
I'm just praying.
100%.
How do you feel about the day of reckoning? We are officially what, 6 days, 7 days away?
10
Did they
o'clock in
find
the
an
morning.
opponent for who was it that fell out with the IBF recently?
It
Which
wasn't
one?
Bivol.
There was someone that was on the card that was supposed to fight his IBF mandatory, or he would be stripped, and I think he dropped the belt and was like, "Screw you! I'm getting a 7-figure payday. I'm not. You can keep your damn belt." I forgot who it is. God.
Are you talking about Opataya?
Was it
No.
Bivol?
I
It
don't
wasn't.
know. It wasn't Bibble. It
Oh,
wasn't Bibble.
He's fighting
No,
Obadiah.
no. I swear it was someone else. I gotta look because I saw it come across my feed, and then now I forgot. I saw it last week already, so I gotta see it. I gotta figure it out.
I'm not
I do
sure because
recall
I haven't
seeing
heard
it.
anything yet.
It was somebody,
No,
but
Hold on, I'm gonna go look. Hold on.
but while
because the
you
only
are,
one I just heard that got stripped, but that's something else though. Um,
shout
Anthony
out to Big
Joshua, do
Dog
not
Miller
mess up. Oh, go ahead.
for the $2 holler. He said, I hear RuPaul and Boy Judge ducked Haney.
do
They
you
ducked him in P. Diddy's pool.
Everybody.
Dog. They was in Puff Daddy pool and they ducked him.
hey, that's B Diddy and Dev Daddy. That's how they was.
Opataya. Yeah, you're right. It was Opataya.
It was
He
Opataya.
dropped
That's what I
it.
was saying. I was like, that. I was gonna say that's the only person I heard that dropped it was Opataya.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yep.
Let me
Yes.
expound on what Banan said earlier, right?
Oh yeah, let's explain.
Now,
What about it?
you have Al Heyman's number, correct?
Yeah.
And you have
Yeah.
Bill Haney's number, right?
Uh-huh.
So if Bill Haney needed to get Al Heyman's number, he could have got it from you easily, right?
He can.
So I don't know why he act like he don't know what Al Heyman's number is to make this Tank fight. They say everything, but let's fight. Tank told you everything. He said talk to Al. How you trying to discuss a fight with the man he told you talk to his person that makes the fights? Al Heyman. Tank is not one that goes over contracts. Al Heyman is. So if you want to have a contract to dispute with Tank Davis, take it to Al Heyman. That seems pretty simple, right, Rachel?
I mean, I would think so. But there was I thought that Tank said something about like that. Was he upset with Al or something? Like, I legit don't keep up with this. The Twitter thing goes way too fast for me. I'm like, okay, you guys are
that
fine.
was a narrative. What Tank was saying is I might be on another platform. You know, PBC is also working with another deal.
Yeah, they got another.
And Al Heyman's working on that deal behind the scenes. Tank ain't privy to it, but what Tank is saying, he might be on another platform as well because they doing something more than just Amazon.
Yeah. So if you don't see me fighting on Amazon, you know what it is, pretty much. But when we ask for transparency in boxing, we got to thank the boxing guys that we have someone like you to clarify things because there's a lot of people running with false narratives left and right. And they push it like it's the gospel truth. And it gets a little bit redundant at times and innocuous, to say the least.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I have both sides' number. Unless one side calls me and asks for it, I'm not going to just pass someone's number just because. This is not my fight. They're two grown ass men, and they know people besides me within
like,
their circle. So I'm not playing in that game.
When you're in the business, you need to get a number. It's not hard to hold on, Thomas. When you're in the business, it's not hard trying to get the number that you need to get to make a fight, right?
No.
Exactly.
You always know someone that knows someone that knows someone. I know just at the WBA, there's people that change their numbers, and I pinged like either a journalist or a fund that I knew their number, and I'm like, hey, let me get the new number of blah blah blah. They'll just pass it to me. They won't say nothing. So, I mean, there's so many avenues right now, but like I said, like. These two grown men, they can deal with it the way they want. They can, if they need me, I'm here, but I'm not going to insert myself on their business. Like, I'm sure, like Eddie can talk to Al. They can't tell me that Eddie doesn't know how to talk to Al. I wouldn't believe that. Like, so Aram knows how to talk to Al too. Like, they all freaking talk. Like, it's so much BS when they're like, oh, we don't talk to each other. They all talk to each other.
They're making cross promotional deals. They got to talk shit.
Exactly. So they didn't like. There's between that and emails, like.
Yeah, when Prince Charles Martin went to go fight AJ, or Andy Ruiz went to go fight AJ, Eddie Hearn was able to get in contact with Al Heyman then. When Ryan fought Tank, Oscar was able to get a hold with him. When Wilder and Fury fought, Bob Arum was able to get in touch with Al Heyman. So don't say people can't get in contact with people. It's the fact that you're trying to cap and try to make yourself bigger online because you only did a measly 50,000.
I just feel like, like Eddie said, he passed an offer over to Tank. I don't know how or who he talked to, but I mean, at the end of the day, like what I know is what I know and what I see as far as like, if you go, well, what do you feel about, he said this, then I'll react on it. But literally, unless I go and call Eddie and be like, and which I hate, because there's been people that's like, hey, can you call this person and see what he thinks? I'm like, dude, you want me to call this guy who I'm good with, knowing full damn well he's in the controversy, and you want me to get his personal statement for your clarification, and then now I'm going to be asked out because he's not going to answer my phone call when I need him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to call you, and I'm not a journalist. He knows I'm inside, so I'm going to call you for something else just that has nothing to do with me. Does that make sense?
That's a fact. No, and definitely that's why we're just saying that if you can get access to it and you're in the business, someone else likewise that is in the business can find a way to get contact with Al Heyman, especially if that's part of the business to negotiate fights.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just a hot mess, pretty much, Rachel. A lot of crazy talk that's going on to promote the fight. You know how that goes.
Yeah, and it's fun, and like I said, like if someone asks me something based on a screenshot, I'm gonna react, and if someone gives me another screenshot, I'm gonna react. Like the weird part is I'm in boxing for like the business of boxing, so the back and forth of the that's why I texted Rolly. I go, what the hell did you say to Clarissa? Because I didn't see it. So I don't follow all that back and forth unless someone shows it to me, and then I'll react to it. But and even at that, like unless I'm asked about it, like you didn't see me say anything about it about Clarissa and Rolly on Twitter. like that fight doesn't involve me. I'm just gonna stay the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna burn my bridges for them. Like they can burn their own bridges. I'm gonna stay neutral. I'm gonna leave me alone.
Can that Russian boxer sue Clarissa for defamation and lying? Because we can clearly see that in that video, that man had pads in them gloves. She's sitting there lying talking about the man took the pads out, but she was just beating on him 2 rounds ahead. Like the story came out, she was being rough. She was fighting dirty. She tripped the man, and when he went to the corner, his corner man said hit her back, and you can see it in the video. Even her coach said, "Damn," because she got caught with her head out there. Then she's lying on that man, bringing his reputation down, talking about he took the pads out to beat her. Like, come on, that's defamation of character. And he wouldn't even have brought the video out, but she brought this man up 5 years later, talking about, yeah, it was one guy that I fought respond and knocked me down, but he had to cheat and do blah blah blah. So he dropped the video on her ass. Like,
so the problem with defamation is you can't rebut. So if she said stuff about him, then he should have left it there and then filed suit. But the first thing they're gonna ask you is, what did you say back? Because then it will just be a wash. You can't, like, there's certain things that you can and can't say. So then you're able to win a defamation lawsuit.
So he done fucked his shit up already, posting the video.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna say now, and anything that she said after he posted the video, he's gonna say is in reaction to him posting the video. Do you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be like it's gonna be on both sides. So the judge is most likely just gonna be like, y'all are like, you should have just shut up.
Nah, he just fucked up a payday.
That's the reason why you don't see a lot of defamation suits. Like, and if you do see a defamation suit, it's because the party that was defamed doesn't say anything back.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, this is going to be very interesting, 2024. Rachel, what are you hearing about PBC? Like, is Nonito excited about the new move to Amazon? Does he have any matches coming up? Like, give us some intel if you can.
I mean, as far as PBC goes and as far as Nonito goes, like, it's for him, like right now, I've already been transitioning him to do things outside of being in the ring. We've had plenty of, commentating, managing, training, whichever, and some other things that we're building in Las Vegas. But it's more so the fact that, like, you know, when we have these discussions, it's like, well, what else do you have to prove? And that hasn't been answered. So we're just going to continue having our personal conversations between us, because if it's just to fight because it's ego, I can't really stand behind that. So yeah, I mean, like, if there's, what else are you trying to get at this point? You got Fighter of the Year, you got Knockout of the Year, you've hit 5 weight divisions, you're 9-time world champion. How much more are you going to get? Mm-hmm. If there's no goal for it, like, what's the reason? If we don't have a goal to live for as far as in the ring, then there really is no reason to still be there, besides the fact of, you know, ego wanting to fight, you know, like wanting to still strap it up and fight. But
you said y'all in Vegas? You said y'all in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife thinking about moving in the next 2 years. If so, if we move out to Nevada or something, I'm gonna send my son to y'all gym, let you train him.
That'll be fun.
He's hard.
Vegas prices are being stupid though.
They're going down now.
Yeah,
prices going down.
I heard they're supposed to go down in January, but they're nothing like it was before all these California people moved in.
You know what's another hotbed right now? Because I wanted to expand my company to this place, but they those prices, man. Arizona's getting hit right now. I was like, man, because that's like the perfect retirement community, and I was like, okay, I can expand it there. And I started looking at the numbers, and I'm like, yo, man, I can't, not right now, because Florida's out of the picture. I can't do Florida, but I was wanting to tap into Arizona. Yeah, but I wanted to
Let me
tap
tell you
into
another place.
Arizona, but I can't. Not right now.
Another place that me and my wife was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
We was looking at Mississippi. Mississippi, like waterfront park. We want something waterfront. But Mississippi, they got great houses. They got 6-bedroom, 5,000 square foot houses for under 180,000. Nice looking stuff in Mississippi. Like Mississippi got some nice ass property. Like I haven't seen that type of price on property nowhere in the United States. And I'm also looking at New Mexico, but anywhere we move to, I would like to have a port nearby, like a port, like this waterway. That
Yeah,
way,
that sounds nice.
live off the land.
Yeah, Blackout Day. I heard Arizona was beautiful. I'm praying that I can still that the market that I'm in won't be outpriced. That's all. But yo, we had a really good chop up today. I wanted to thank the Hall of Fame coach with her husband, the Hall of Famer, for coming on board. Rachel, do you have any closing arguments, Queen? What
And
you
tell
got for me?
I said, "What's up, Rachel?"
Yeah, definitely. I said, "What's up?" And thank you for giving us your leverage. We enjoy the knowledge we can gain. What's up, No Need? What's up, champ?
He's
No Need.
walking around.
I should be here the next 4 months. After I heal up, me and my wife come to see you and Rachel. We're gonna go out.
Nino, how's the young musician coming along? Is he ready to put down the theme track for you?
See, that's one of the one things that happened in our villa again. Like, so I think it was the second night that everyone was still at my room. Jay came out, and he was like, because we were talking about him and how he did No Needles Ring Walk. So everybody and a bunch of YouTubers were in there too. This on the second night. We're like, wait, let me hear you play. And he brought out like his iPad, had a MIDI board on it. And then they were picking the beats. He's like, well, what kind of music? You want hip hop? You want blah, blah? And as soon as he did, he goes, okay, a 3-minute track. And he connected it to my Bluetooth speaker. And everyone was like, is he playing right now? I was like, yeah, he's playing live. And he'll play a whole one. And then they're like, wait, let me get that. And he goes, you didn't tell me press record. I don't know how many tracks he laid that night. Probably about 9 that people were like, I want to buy that. I want to buy that. It was crazy. But yeah. But I'm going to head out, guys. Upper, of course, always thanks for having me. Key, I think, what is that? Thomas Hill's there. Who else is here? Is that it? Did I miss someone?
2 cents boxing.
Oh, 2 cents here. Hey,
hey, it's always good talking to you.
You've been quiet today.
Yeah, I just been listening.
Yeah, let me get this laundry done and homeschooling. I think the ferret's out somewhere. I gotta catch him. He's running around the house. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow if you guys are live. You guys take care.
You too, Rachel. God bless you and your family.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
2 cents, Queen. What you got for me? You were quiet, but I know you were soaking it all in.
Absolutely. I got a couple notes and everything. Man, it's always fun time up here chit chatting with you guys. I would love to see Rolly versus AB. I am an AB fan. He's one of my favorite fighters. But man, she said he's about 200 pounds. That's a lot. But maybe they could fight at a catch weight, and it doesn't even have to be for the belt. So maybe they could pull that off. I don't know. But it's always good. Upper Key, Thomas, chat. Appreciate kicking it with y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Salute, Queen. I'm glad that you came up here. God bless you and your family. Thomas Hill, what you got for me, King?
Well, I'm gonna just give you my 2 cents. It was always a blast. Had a wonderful weekend of fights. I mean, extraordinary fights. We see stars on the rise. We see futures being bright for certain people. We also see the possibility of what can be for 2024 if things line up right. I'm not going to extrapolate any further on the Devin Haney fiasco. I mean, it is what it is. I think, they got to do damage control, so you got to spin central. And, it is what it is. But hopefully soon we'll get that fight. They're seriously invested in making that fight. Also, can't wait to see my man Deontay Wilder go out there and drop bombs. I was born on a day where they dropped bombs. So hopefully that day will be my present because I ain't get one this whole year. And December child, I'm December 7th. So, I'm hoping that that'll be my birthday present as he knocks the bombs and then he go out there and tell him, let's make this thing happen. But Joshua, if Joshua hold serve and beat his partner too. And then maybe the winner of those two can line it up with the winner of Usyk and Fury, and we can get a unified champ. And we can see that all materialize in the next year. But excellent cook once again by you two and Coach Amber and 2 Cents Boxing. Thanks for allowing me to come up and grace the panel. I'm just a nobody in a giant pool of big sharks, and I'm just trying to find my way around. I'm getting my Nemo on. And everybody, I'll be over there at Just Do, just listening in. And you guys have a wonderful salute to my main man Zena for just constantly dropping fact after fact after fact in the dang chat. I mean, he on their neck something hard, and he don't
He
believe in that.
cussing somebody out.
Yeah, he be on one, and I'm out.
Bye, Thomas.
I just
Thank
want
you
to
for
say
coming up.
thank. I just want to say thank you for everybody that came out. Peace and blessings. I dropped a video today called Absolution. It's surviving the Haney coat. And that's why I put the narrative that the Haney coats got. It's on my page right now. If you ain't had a chance to check it out, it's a new video that dropped this morning. But peace and blessings, man. We had a fire show today. Thank you for Rachel Donaire. Thank you to 2 Cent, Thomas Hill, my exceptional and lovely host, Key Alexandra. Without her, this show don't pop the way it is. She's the jam to the peanut butter over here, and I'm talking crunchy. But yeah, I just want to say salute. I'll see all y'all tomorrow, and I'm gonna let Key close it out. Peace and blessings, everybody.
I don't know who Zenith is cussing out now. Not oh, okay, we wrapped it. Oh, okay, okay. I was wondering. I'm like, dang, he's saying what? Normally, when Zenith is in the chat speaking facts, man, he going at somebody. So that's what I thought it was. Again, today's show, I dedicate this to Manny Pacquiao. It was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to the king. One of the greatest to ever do it. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Coach Amber, 2 Cents, Thomas Hill, the Queen, Rachel Donaire. Thank you guys. As far as no, Bill has not. I'm trying to make sure I read everybody's comments as much as I can. No, Bill did not make the call to Al Heyman. He didn't post it. But to be honest with y'all, I don't think Bill is crazy enough to post no video like that, y'all. Like, so I gotta be fair to Bill. I don't think Bill is crazy enough to try to get Al Heyman on some. You feel me? Like, no, Like, I think Bill had. I think Al Heyman to shut down that man's career if he was to do something like that. I don't think Bill Haney is that crazy. If they were to talk to Al, we wouldn't know about it until they put out that the negotiations have, are starting to be worked out, like they did with the Ryan Garcia, Eddie Hearn. Again, like I said, I think Eddie is just trying to make some money because he didn't make anything with Ryan Garcia. And remember, this is the same playbook. He offered Tank money in an email with the Ryan Garcia 10 million. Now all of a sudden he's trying to offer Tank 20. And we know that is not accurate. So, and that's a pay cut for Tank. If Ryan walked away with 30, come on, man. Anybody could do the math. But shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for coming through. Zenith, all things. Rick Thames, Brian the King Falcon, Akilo Netter, Black All Day twice on Sundays, Timothy Stoudemire, Aaron Muhammad, let me see, Marquis, Big Dog, Willie, thank you, Maddie Yoel. Shout out to you. And I think you're the one who recently lost someone. I don't know if you put that on there like a month ago or a few weeks ago, but my thoughts and prayers are still with you. Thank you for coming over, strap season. Thank you for your support. Marquis, it's really good to see you, King. How you doing? Black Troop been on them this weekend. I've been seeing Troop comments. Troop been cussing folks out. Ronnie Bravo, Cash Crypto, how you doing? Thank Luke Kane. How you doing, King? A Kilo Nutter. Thank you guys for coming through. You know what you got to do. Truth, yo, I've been seeing you, man. You've been coming up. I know KO Live about to be lit because they've been trying to talk crazy to KO today too. Man, it's been absolutely insane. Bill did his job though. He got these streets turned upside down. He got these YouTube streets turned upside down. Miller and Saudi causing problems. What you mean, Zena? Who? What are you talking about? Miller who? I don't know what you're talking about, Zena. But I thank you guys for coming through. It is officially finals week for me again. So I pray.
We're talking about Big Baby Miller.
Oh, he is? Oh, and you know what? Wait a minute. I'm glad you said that. Shout out to, he ran up on AJ? What the hell?
You know, he was supposed to fight
Wow.
AJ, but he got caught dirty, and Ruiz got the fight. Remember? That was Big Baby's fight.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I forgot about that. I forgot all about that. But I do want to say, you guys, shout out to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is getting so much love in Saudi right now. It's crazy. Like, yo, he is the people's champ for real. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. And I pray that they have a good match. Thank you, guys. God bless you all. Thank you to Upper, his beautiful wife, for loaning him to us for a couple hours. And as always, y'all, I'm out. I'll talk to y'all later.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody, kill it. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can just leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em.